City, Nevada.
All right, we should be going live on our YouTube channels now.
Live on the YouTube.
For a little bit.
Not live on. Well, I don't know how to find it. This is our.
Cool, man.
I don't. Will it just pop up here, or do I go?
Should go to like your main like to the top. Is there? Yeah, click on that again.
That's the top.
Oh,
I'll put you my channel
first.
On the mic, live right here. Boom, live now.
Is it on it?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I thought I put that on the background. That's funny. There's Kayla. See you.
Look at that technology.
Do you see that's unfortunate? Yeah. You're so funny.
It's the funniest.
The funniest.
All right. Well, good morning.
Steve Benson says hi.
What's up, Steve?
Well, coffee cheers.
Coffee cheers. Piping hot caffeinated beverage to all of our watchers in every direction.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. So
today I'm just going to mold these guys because I'm pretty much done with them and I don't want them to dry out. So I'm going to make some quick molds.
That's the chest plate?
This will be the chest piece. The other one is the knee. And I'll just make some quick molds. And once those molds are done, hopefully, I'm going to start sculpting something else because this should not take long.
All right, cool.
And
do you have other things that you're planning on that you need to do for the museum?
I have no idea what's next.
I like so.
I don't know what I'm going to do next. So let's just make sure. Can you pass me one of those green boxes?
There you go. I'm going to dive into the fine detail on this guy today.
It is time.
Okay, that's fine.
That is the way.
I just wanted to get you a.
That is.
I just wanted to get you a blessing. That's what.
You're blessed.
Yeah.
Bless your soul, man. Bless you.
Someone is asking, what did you guys think of Tom Cruise versus Brad Pitt artificial intelligence fight video on top of a building?
Never saw it.
It's pretty wild. It looks really, really real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think they like throwing something. There's like it's got some weird dialogue about like Epstein files or something. It's just, but it's crazy.
Neither of those guys can be involved with the Epstein files, right?
One of them names
say
that popped up.
there's no way. They're those are good guys. I know that everybody bashes Tom Cruise for his Scientology, but
he does seem like a really good dude.
He can believe what he wants to. You know, it's fine. That's it. But I love Tony.
So do I.
I worked with him one time and he was
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
On what?
The last summer.
Oh, last summer. That's right. What was what'd you get to like? Obviously,
I life casted his neck to his belt line, and then
so you worked on him.
On him. With
oh,
him
that's
personally.
awesome.
And he was amazing. Like the nicest human ever. If somebody wants you to join a cult and they're that nice, join up. But I really enjoyed my time with him. But he he made everybody feel so special and nice. You know, like I don't know. He's just a really good guy. I was very young and
yeah, that's cool though.
It was cool.
Jamie says, hi friends. We have some good mornings.
Good morning, everybody.
From all kinds of people today.
Good morning and hi Jamie. Thank you for joining us live. Watching us stand around and talk.
Yeah.
You don't know Jamie, I don't think, but you might have met her. She and I are responsible for coming up with the After Dark in 10th grade or 11th grade.
Oh, how fun.
And I flew her out, or she flew herself out, but
she was at the premiere?
She came to the premiere to see it all
how cool.
Come to fruition after 26 years. And that was pretty fun. Like that was just this moment in like we don't live in Hollywood, but that was like a nice little Hollywood moment.
Yeah.
She's had some Hollywood moments. She went to the X-Files series finale party with me. She's seen it a little bit from the outside.
Did she work in the business at all?
Not at all. Only on Long 3 when I drafted her to make some weed merchandise for not real weed, like plastic weed stuff for Evil Bong 3 for the Underworld. She helped a little with that. She would like to be involved with the Plan 10 movies, but she's a mom with a real job.
Yeah, those real jobs.
Yeah. She lives in Florida, so it's not super easy.
Well, that's cool. When you say that you guys came up with it, like came up with the idea together, what was that like?
It was myself, Jamie, our friend Andrew and Kelly, and my uncle, and we were playing a game of Vampire the Masquerade. One night, we only ever played it one time, one night. I don't know if you're familiar, but it's like a Dungeons and Dragons type thing, but for vampires. And basically, we used that structure to write a script and an idea. More of an idea than a script because I didn't know how to write scripts. But like the character of Vigo that Gangrel plays, all that maps back to then.
Was it always connected to Gangrel? Was
Gangrel was on the top of his game in the WWE as a WWF back then, as a wrestler, and both of us, we loved Rancid so much. That was our favorite band, and to have Lars come be like everything from those that 1998 moment that we came up with it in, really. It's captured in the movie. You feel like it's 1998 in that movie, and that was the whole idea. So I worked at Gangrel I went to wrestling school at a place called Snake Pit Pro Wrestling, and I knew that I wanted him to be my big bad in my movie, but I didn't have a script yet.
Right.
So I met him a little bit earlier than the After Dark, and it was like too soon. I was like, I don't have something to offer him, but he was so cool, and he told these great stories, and I was like, man, and then once me and Josh Cornell and Lola got the script together, about 3 years later, I called him. I don't think he remembered me from the wrestling school, but he took my call and he accepted the job.
That's so cool.
It's so cool.
Steve Hansen says Jamie is awesome.
Steve Hansen, you're right.
The ginger dude from the Friday the 13th screening says hi, Tom.
The ginger dude from Noah.
Yeah.
That's Noah. Noah, Mike, if you're ever making a movie or you know somebody locally that needs some crew members, this kid's an aspiring director.
Oh, awesome.
Smart kid, real nice, super nice.
Lives here in Vegas.
Motivated, lives here in Vegas. He's in film school right now, and he wants to be a director. I would definitely bring him on as a PA on the next project I have. I think he would be awesome. And if you ever hear of somebody, Joe, anybody needing just another hand, this dude's cool.
I will definitely remember that and reach out because there's always people looking for cool people. It's
yeah. And they're always cool until they don't show up. So I'll say they're cool until that second day that there's a no call, no show, and then you just remind me, well, he wasn't as cool.
Dot Production says hello from France.
Oh, heck yeah, France.
Thanks for watching.
This is my Terminator knee.
Did you know the horror director Robert Hall? I think he lived in Las Vegas.
Oh, I know Robert Hall.
That's the Make Effects guy. Right?
Yeah, I knew Robert Hall real well. He directed Lightning Bug, which is such a good movie, dude. About his childhood.
Right, yeah.
And he also directed Chrome Skull. Yeah. I worked for Robert Hall for not a long time. I worked on Buffy and Angel with Robert Hall. And then I also butted heads a little bit with Robert Hall, and he kind of erased me out of his life. But
my first ever live stream I ever did was with Robert Hall.
Oh God!
It was.
I hope he was sober because he's a really awesome dude when he's sober.
I had a handful of phone calls with. So I started working for Kings of Horror, and I went on there to be there. So we were gonna build a brand into a streaming channel. Either way, and then within the first week, they were like, "You got to do all the YouTube stuff," and that's how I got into YouTube. And I was like, to be honest,
you had no YouTube.
I had no.
That's funny.
Yeah, and I was like, I wasn't really happy about it, to be honest with you. Because
you're like, that's not filmmaking.
Well, I'm just like, I'm too fucking old to know YouTube. That ship has sailed. I don't know what it is.
How many years was that ago?
6 now.
That ship was sailed.
Yeah, I just had this thought and idea, so I started digging in, and I did really like it, but we got an email one day from Sony that they wanted. It was
I'm listening. I'm doing
it was right, I think, kind of right before COVID kicked off, but the timing just happened to work. But anyway, um, that they wanted to do like some of these like live stream some of their titles,
Yeah.
and like make sort of an event out of it. So we got Quarantine, um, with and they brought in like some actors and Jonathan Check, and then Robert Paul. So we did like a live stream watch of the movie with that I posted. With Robert Hall like in the corner doing one of the zombie makeups from Quarantine.
He actually did some work during.
Yeah, like he recreated one of the zombies that he made.
Huh.
And then Jonathan Sheck was on, and we talked, and then Doug Jones joined us towards the end.
Huh.
Yeah, so it was
That's a cool day.
It was really, really cool, but it was the first thing I ever did, and I was stressed and terrified. Like I was just like, the day of, I felt so sick, and I thought I had COVID, and deep down I was kind of hoping that I had COVID because I was so nervous.
You didn't have a seizure.
Yeah, no, but there were moments. Justin was there for me, and that's why Justin will always be, hold a really special place in my heart because I was terrified.
Really?
And he was like my wingman. Yes,
you are so funny, man. Your nervousness cracks me up.
Well, it's like gone now, but it's mostly
You've overcome it.
But I used to, my nervousness controlled my life for a long
that
time.
cracks me up. I can't relate. I have no, like, that is so foreign to me. Oh, Mike, I was going to tell you. Last week, our image was flipped on YouTube again. Are we flipped right? We're not flipped. We're not flipped right now, though. We're regular right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes when we turn the
maybe when it reloads, I need to remember to flip it over.
Yeah. But it is the camera. Sometimes it does.
I like that we both have Rob Hall stories because a lot of people in the film industry wouldn't know who Rob Hall is.
Yeah, and he's done a lot of really cool stuff. But
I gotta grab some water.
Okay.
I need a bucket. Sorry, guys. I gotta step over to the other side of the building to get some water. I'll be back in 3 seconds. Not water to drink. Water for notes.
I'll chat with.
Is there a question, Cam?
No.
Build all that water.
All right, we're back.
What did we cut out?
The camera cut.
Oh, that's just because they knew I was stepping out.
It wasn't Mike.
Yeah.
I was asking Kayla if she gets nervous sometimes too.
Kayla gets nervous. That is true.
So you've never kind of had that your whole life? You never really got, like when you were young? Is this just something you just didn't really?
Very, very few and far between. The times I get nervous, I was like almost gonna die.
And what was that? Like, what's the?
I got so I was on a motorcycle trip one time. I do these motorcycle trips, and I was riding a Goldwing from New Jersey to Las Vegas, and I made 3 rules: no GPS, no restaurants, and no hotels. So just pack your food, camp by the bike like it's the 60s or 70s, chopper days, And I made it all the way across country to New Mexico. And I pulled over to get like a photo of a mesa. Like I pulled off the road up a dirt thing to get this photo of this beautiful mesa.
Uh-huh.
As this is a huge bike, 800-pound Goldwing, so I'm in the sand on it. And I get off to take the picture, and this like old beater Nissan pickup comes rolling through the hills, and I said, man, I did pass a gate. Like I'm somewhere I'm not supposed to be.
Right.
And this guy gets out. There's a gun on his
Jesus.
There was a gun on his dashboard. I could see visibly. He gets out and he comes walking at me. He's a real thin guy. and I thought it's a park ranger or something. Then I realized very quickly it was not. It was like a meth head, and he starts accosting me, and he took my keys. He took my cell phone. I had another set of keys that he didn't know in my tiny pocket. You know, these little tiny pockets right here. You always keep, I was a motorcycle rider. I always keep a spare key there. And I had one, but he had my cell phone, and I was like, I took my helmet off, and I'm holding it. And I'm like, I'm going to hit this guy so hard across the head with my helmet, and I'm going to stomp his face in. I'm going to kill him. Right. And I was nervous. That's me being nervous, like problem solving the situation. But for some reason, I was like, after I kill him, I'm going to take a picture. And I don't know why that's in my mind. Like, I better make note of this, you know?
Right.
But then he's going on and on about how he's got to do this. It was all about my tattoos and I'm evil. And he was like,
oh, wow.
I'm sorry you did that to yourself, but now I have to do this to you. And it was,
he's saying that he's going to kill you, basically?
Yeah. And he's like, I told him I have kids. I was like, I got little kids. And he was like, well, my ex-girlfriend had kids too. And she was a heathen as well, and she covers her tattoos and the devil, and so I'm like, I gotta kill this guy. I gotta fight back.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, his black SUV turned like to do a U-turn near that road, and he goes, "Hey, buddy, they're on to us. We gotta go." And he gave me my phone back, and he gave me my keys back, and it was funny because I was just in my brain, like I used the Jedi Force. I was like, I have to get out of here, and he just changed demeanor completely. Hey, buddy, we gotta go.
Holy
gives my phones, gives my keys, and I get on the bike and I throw my helmet on. And he goes, hey, strap that little strap, because I know a lot of people that have died like that.
Come on.
And I fucking just out of the sand. I flew out.
Oh
and,
my God.
That was in right outside Santa Fe, New Mexico. I didn't stop till I got home. I left Amarillo, Texas that morning. I drove 19 hours that day on a motorcycle because I was like, I'm done. That was Tom being nervous. That's how I get nervous. Like something.
I don't even know if that counts because
something completely out of my control.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was. I was scared. Maybe I passed nervous. Yeah. I passed nervous to scared. But you know, it was light flashing before my eyes. I was like, this guy, somebody's gonna die right now, me or him. And he had a gun. You know, I could see it.
But he was just clearly.
Oh, he was mentally ill. Yeah. I think he was a mentally ill person.
He said they're on to us, buddy.
hey, strap that little strap. I know a lot of people that get hurt like that.
You gotta put that in a movie. That scene needs to be in one of your.
I think about that scene sometimes. But you know what's weird now? I can't remember what he looks like.
Right.
If I saw him, I kind of like. I can't really remember what he looked like, and maybe that's why I thought I needed a picture after I stomped his ass. Right.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, then now my Rob Hall story is just not very good.
But he did put my cell phone in his back pocket. He snatched it off my bike, put it in his back pocket.
And he had the gun on you while he was doing that.
He didn't have the gun. The gun was on the dashboard.
Oh, okay.
But he was just going. I was just like, oh God, this is crazy. Crazy. And,
well, Rob, when I talked to Rob a couple different times before we did the live stream, trying to get everything in order, figuring out what it was, dealing with so many people, you know, and it was our first time doing a live stream, so I didn't know. Luckily,
and we know how well that goes.
Yeah. So luckily, just did have a lot of that sort of, but we still had the same sort of issue. So the plan was, I don't remember what time the thing was supposed to start. Say it was like 6:00. So the plan was that we would get on at 5:30, get everything sorted. You know, so Rob was supposed to join first. You know, like set up their cameras. 5:30 comes. I can't find him. He's not answering. He's not showing up. I'm waiting 5 minutes. Not showing up.
Not out of character.
So I'm now. And maybe this is what maybe he did me the biggest favor of my life, because for the next 20 minutes I can't get a hold of him, and I'm calling the numbers that I have, and then finally it was like, I think it was his agent or somebody, like his manager, like an older guy, patches him. And I'm like, okay, and he's like, hey, Rob's getting ready, you know, like everything's kind of like, no big deal, we're good, everything's good, but iPads aren't set, whatever they were using is not set up, things aren't ready. Yeah. Rob does hop on, he's sweating profusely,
because he just did a bunch of drugs.
Yeah, so he's not, and I don't know what's, you know, like I didn't know him, I didn't know, so I'm just like, what, fucking hell. the Sony guys hit me up. How's it going? Everything going? And I'm like, I just put my phone down. I can't look at anything. I got to focus and figure out what's going on. So we get them all organized, but the only way that I can communicate with him is through this manager guy.
Yeah.
And so and he's like, because Rob can't talk to me, or I don't remember exactly the details, but it's like the only way I can find out what is going on is through this guy. And he's
That's
got
what
to get
Kayla
it set
is.
up.
That's like
So as the live stream begins, we're now like 5 minutes behind. From what I understand, like the Sony guy, they were pretty excited because they didn't understand, and I didn't either at the time. You know, we had over 1 million subscribers. They were expecting a much bigger turnout, and they were hopeful that it would, and that it could be something that they could monetize. But either way, a lot of pressure. And now when the stream starts, Rob kind of settles in and is pretty kind of okay, but his manager guy just stays on. And at first, I leave him there.
his babysitter.
Yeah, I leave him there because I'm like, I need him to kind of manage certain things. But then it hits a point where it's just kind of weird. Like he shouldn't be on there because then Jonathan Check shows up, and this dude I don't realize that is drinking wine. So as I'm sitting there talking to him, we're talking about the movie, and the movie's watching, and we're answering questions, and it was fun. It was cool. The part of me that thought my head was gonna explode and die was starting to settle down. And then we just get into it, and it's going well. But now I'm getting these messages like, "Who is this guy? Why is he on here?" And I was just too like, I couldn't dump him. Like I just didn't have I didn't know. Like I was too uncomfortable in that, he just stayed, and then he just kept getting drunk. And he's like, he wasn't terrible, but he was just like this drunk guy kind of sitting in a screen that didn't have much to say. And then just occasionally kind of like, yeah, you remember that there was a theater guy, and he just like kind of talked about something random that didn't have anything to do with it. But either way, it all ended up coming together. But that 30 minutes that was supposed to be setup time that pushed us to be 10 minutes late. I mean, I thought the world was going to end because I was just like, I was new at the job. But anyway, it turned out to be a really fun thing. And then, like I said, Doug Jones patched in towards the end.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he was so sweet. And Rob was really cool. He was nice. Like once he settled in, he was good.
He was a great dude. As far as like, maybe he was a Gemini. There was two sides to Rob Hall, but he was really, really cool when he was cool, man. I went to his birthday party one time, and that's where I met Brett Wagner, the big swag, Lost Leatherface. We met at his birthday party and didn't see each other for years until later. And I reminded Brett, I was like, I don't know if you remember me. And he's like, oh, you're that kid with the Honda chopper. And he remembered me. But Rob had the best parties, Halloween parties, second to none.
Really?
Like Todd Masters throws these big Halloween parties at Masters Effects. They're legendary in the industry. But Rob Hall's Almost Human Halloween parties, I think, rival it. They were so fun. And I remember I just had the best time. Yeah.
When I talked to him on the phone, he was really nice and really nice guy.
But he had his demons, and his demons got the best of him.
Yeah,
and that's unfortunate. It's not excusable to me, but it's unfortunate.
Tough. Addiction is a tough thing.
Someone's asking if he's still alive.
No.
Passed away. I think it was like about a year or so after I did.
Yeah, I was actually impressed that he was alive. I didn't know that during COVID. I thought it was earlier for some reason.
It was. I feel like it was like a year or so after.
Okay. Last time I saw him in person at Fangoria, he pretended he didn't know who I was, and it hurt my feelings.
Because you said like, what was it? There was like a job that you.
There was a couple. There was 2 jobs that I got that he wanted. One, both of them he wanted to direct as well. He didn't just want to do the makeup effects. He was using makeup effects as his leverage to direct, and that made him a little bit grumpy.
Yeah.
That I got those jobs because I was a little bit more affordable. The funny thing is that's how he built his whole career. He did that to John Vulich on Buffy.
Right. It's just part of the business, right? Yeah. It's like when you're coming up and you're breaking in, you have to steal business from other people, or you're not stealing.
I mean, there's a truthful way to do it, and from what I understand, because I worked for John Vulich at one time. He's also passed away now. But what I understand, Rob was the on-set guy of Buffy and Angel, and then he went behind John's back and said, "I can do this cheaper," which is not really the right way to do it. It wasn't with his blessing, you know what I mean?
Right.
And John did a lot for Rob Hall, from what I understand. This is all hearsay and rumor.
Okay.
I'm not painting that picture, but I did work for John Village, and he made it very clear while I was on set. If anybody needed to talk about finances, budget, or anything, they would go through him, not me.
Right.
100%. And then Glenn Hetrick bought Optic Nerve from John Village.
Oh, is that?
And because John passed away eventually or retired. No, I think he's just retired. I don't think he passed away. I'm not sure. I know Glenn owns it now. Or did. Maybe he doesn't even own it now. I don't know. I'm out of the loop, man. Couldn't tell you.
What were some of the? Because I remember just through watching Face Off, I always hear about Optic Nerve.
Yeah, that was.
What were some of the movies that I don't know that I know what he worked on?
Optic Nerve, mostly Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They did X-Files for a while. A lot of TV stuff, not as much big movies.
Okay.
I'm sure they did do movies. I don't know which. I couldn't rattle it off the top of my head.
So let me ask you some questions about this right now. You're making a mold.
Making 2 molds at once, and I'm not using any reinforcement. I am not doing this for longevity. This mold is because I'm going to pull 1 unit out of each of these.
Okay.
And I'm never going to use it again. So
Okay.
I am making plaster molds and out of hydrocal. And the reason I'm using hydrocal is because I'm going to run these in latex, and latex has a chemical reaction with plaster. It sucks the ammonia out and sets it up real quick and nice and thick and evenly. So I'm doing that. I'm going to make it thick enough that I can just use it once. If I dropped it on the ground, it would crack and break. That's okay because I'm not going to drop it. And if it did, I'll just glue it back together.
So this is once it's dry, you just pop it off. Is that?
Yep. Just pop it off, clean the clay out, and then I can run my latex.
And how hard is it to clean the clay out? Is it?
Not hard at all. It depends on how set up the hydrocal is, but when I do it, it'll warm up because it's exothermic. And right as it starts to cool, I pop it off. The mold's not at its strongest point at that point, but the clay is at the perfect dryness that it'll just peel right out.
Oh, cool.
And if anything doesn't peel out, it's water-based clay. We just spray it out or scrub it out with some water. You're good. But the tricky part with no burlap or reinforcement is keeping this thick enough all the way around that I don't have a thin pocket that just breaks.
Chris Russell said, "No enforcements, no crystal clear."
No crystal clear. Not in this shop. We don't use crystal clear. Fight me. A lot of artists will coat with crystal clear, and I'm not going to do that. I never do.
You never do?
No.
What is there a reason why you?
I find it makes it harder to clean the clay out, which is exactly the opposite of what it's supposed to do. I also find that it costs $12 a bottle or whatever, and I don't want to spend money to spray paint on my clay that I don't need to do.
How do you make sure hydrocal, 2 parts plaster, 1 part water?
No, I go to a dry
That
riverbed.
was Chris Russell.
Dry riverbed. I put some water in, and then I just sprinkle in that plaster until I hit a nice dry riverbed, and then I'm perfect. And then after I get this splash coat, I'll thicken it up so it'll stay where I want it to. Make it nice and thick before it dries. Chris Russell knows how to mix hydrocal.
It's for the audience. Yes.
I get it. I get it.
So what's that's called clear coat? Is that what you said?
Yeah, crystal clear. Like Krylon or Rust-Oleum clear spray paint.
I had a question for you I wanted to ask. I don't know if I imagine you probably can answer this, but I've been wanting to do this project at home where I have these old tables, and I wanted to cover them with I have these kind of beat up old garbage pail kids and stickers. And
Oh, cool.
blah. So I wanted to do the whole table so it's covered in just cool shit that I love. But I know that you put what's that?
Some people put Mod Podge, that's the old way, but it's real matte and sticky. But you could use epoxy resin.
So that's what I was looking at.
Yeah.
But I felt like I feel like every time I look at it, it seems to seem more complicated.
No. 2-part mixture, just 50-50 mixture. Mix it up, pour it out. It's self-leveling.
Okay.
It looks beautiful.
So, but will I need to build a
You want to build a
wall
wall
around the
around
table.
where you don't want. Well, how thick are you talking?
I don't need it to be that thick.
No,
I just want it to be a
if you
surface
just want
so that I
a
can use the
coating,
table.
like a table coating,
Yeah.
it's self-leveling. It'll just keep a
Okay.
very little thin layer. It'd be fine.
So just basically mix it all up. Put a lip. I don't. So you're saying that I probably don't even need to build a little lip around it?
No.
Okay.
You could even just brush it with a brush like this, real smooth, and all those brush lines will just flatten out.
As it settles.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. I knew you were because when I was
I
watching
tried to use some of that resin the other day to encapsulate a flower for my daughter because she had these flowers, and she's like, "I want to preserve it." That did not work.
No.
So I don't know everything, but I try.
Like as I was watching the videos, it just seems like there was like 100 different.
That's because they need content. Everybody's got a reason why. Don't use this, use that, do that.
Right.
I'll send you a link to some stuff you can get at Hobby Lobby. It works great. Just
Okay.
2-part mixture, pour it on, fine. I made these really cool crystal skulls for out of that same resin for David Yost, the original Blue Ranger.
Oh, cool.
And it was so easy to use.
So one of the things I'm trying here is like I want to add like texture lines and different things here.
Yeah.
But because it's still it's drier, it's getting a little bead up thing. So
You can just use a soft brush and
that's all right.
yeah, something even like this. You can just dust off any little bead ups.
Oh, okay, cool. We'll make a brush. There's like some sort of nice smelling something coming up.
Baby powder.
Oh, there you go.
Somebody's calling the bat phone. It's okay. That should go away, I think.
We were talking a little bit last week about Scream.
Yeah.
Did you watch? Because I never finished asking. Have you watched the new ones? Have you seen the last two?
Only I've seen 1, 5, or 6. I can't remember.
Okay. So you saw like the sisters thing.
Yeah, I saw the sisters.
I guess they're not. I was just watching. I seen the new trailer, but then I was reading something, and I guess neither of them are in part 7.
Oh, okay.
It's all now going back to Nev Campbell.
Oh, that's cool though.
Like Sydney, her. I think it's like her daughter now. It actually looked really. I'm really excited about the no, I think I was saying last week is like I got a little exhausted watching them.
Yeah.
The formula is just like it's
a very simple formula.
It's a super simple formula, but you know what it's like? Because I'm trying to figure out my brain. I'm like, what is throwing me off? Like, why don't I love this? And it's because there's just part of me. I just like that supernatural killer.
Yeah.
Like the idea.
You like Jason instead of it just being an angry high school teen.
Yeah, and just the fact that it's like when you're into part 7, it's like how many people can keep doing this? I mean, it's very Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, that's what it's meant. That's what it is too. It's like.
That's a whodunit. Yeah.
It's fun and it's.
But the funny thing is not funny at all. But I mean that movie came before the whole Columbine issue, and after post Columbine, like it was a reality that high school kids were doing something so terrible.
Yeah.
But before, and it's funny they would say, oh, these kids listen to Marilyn Manson. Oh, these kids did this. Oh, these kids did that. Nothing they did is excusable. Nobody ever said these kids watched Scream. You know what I mean? Like they basically, although they used guns instead of knives, they did Scream.
Yeah. Well,
So,
there was like I watched a lot of true crime, and I don't remember the details, but there was a true crime thing.
Oh, Scream! Yeah, I've seen the YouTube. I didn't know if it was clickbait or what. That's like the actual story Scream's based on.
Yeah, well, it could be because
I didn't know if it was like, because there's a lot of fake, real stuff now. And I just didn't.
It was like
I just
two
didn't know.
high school kids, and they video recorded the girl like by her locker the day that they went to her house to kill her.
Oh,
it was a really
Did they do it? Did they get it done, or did they get?
Yeah,
caught?
if I remember right, they killed her.
Oh gosh.
I found that later. Yeah, it was pretty. But yeah, I mean that's you know, RHA. I don't know if I feel like, I mean, I guess you do still hear a lot of stuff about censorship, but like when we were young, I feel like there was like I think the artists were fighting it more than maybe that they pay attention to it now.
Scream is an interesting thing because, like, I've met a lot of these people now at conventions or whatever. But when I was a kid, like that was the most mainstream of mainstream. That's not somebody you ever. I was going to horror conventions when I was a kid, but I didn't ever expect to meet Matthew Lillard and Nev Campbell and Rose McGowan at a freaking horror convention.
Yeah.
And to see it now, it's like, holy smokes! Like those guys are real ass famous. You know, it's pretty interesting, and you see it in the lines. Like people go to those Scream lines. Like it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. The one thing I do like about Scream, but also is the thing that I feel like is its weakness, is like I love that there's, you know, I love that.
What I love about it that makes it stop.
Yeah, the thing I hate and love. No, it's like when you look back at all the people that are the Ghostface killer.
It's always the famous one.
It's always the famous one.
But not in the first one.
No,
in the first one, we didn't know. We only knew Matthew Lillard from like Hackers. Nobody knew who Skeet Ulrich was. Well, maybe
he was coming on a little bit.
Fear had come out, I guess.
Yeah, but the whole cast was kind of equally in that.
But that red herring of Drew Barrymore at the beginning, man, that was just classic.
Yeah, that was amazing.
It was like, oh, she's gonna be the lead. No, she's dead. But then since Scream 1, that's everyone, right? Like every one of those.
You know, it starts off with 6 does a really cool thing in the beginning that like got me. Like I was when you watch it, but it's like I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Did something different, which is hard to do,
right?
And so, but it was a similar thing. Is like as I'm watching it, I was like, that's the most famous person in this one. Like that guy's killer. Like. But some of it, when I go back to part 5, the last one, I don't know that at the moment that they were the most famous person.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know. It's a weird.
They've gotten famous.
Yeah, it's like somehow being the part 2 is Timothy Olyphant, like and he's huge. But he wasn't then.
Right.
Like, and the mom being what's her name?
Jackie.
Yeah.
From Roseanne.
Yeah.
I love that. I love part 2.
Yeah.
I love the theater scene with the stab.
Yeah.
Where I just thought that was awesome.
And actually, when you're watching part 2, like I thought for sure Jerry O'Connell was going to be the
killer.
The killer, yeah. So it is good, but they're fun movies.
Sure.
It is always fun with horror. Like whenever you find yourself disliking something for some reason, it doesn't really make any sense because like all horror is ridiculous, and that's what we love about it too.
Jesse says Scream is based off a killer in Gainesville, Florida, and he did locations video of where he did the crimes, and he was tried in Ocala.
Oh, go out to watch Diamond Dizzle, Adventure with Diamond Dizzle's videos, and you can see the locations.
Wow.
I miss the Adventures with Diamond Dizzle videos. I think there should be more of them.
What were those?
My friend Jesse Davison has a YouTube channel called Adventures with Diamond Dizzle, and he does a lot of location scouting.
Oh, cool.
In the South, like near Florida, North Carolina, Atlanta, stuff like that. And I just his videos are super entertaining. He loves to go to Gatorland. His grandma's always in them, and she's a blast. I love grandma. There's a little French fry that talks. At the end, we usually get to see Hector in there, his best friend. I'm in a couple of them. Both me and Lola. We were trying to catch. We were hunting Hulk Hogan in Clearwater Beach, trying to get a moment to say hi to the Hulkster. I've gone several years in a row. I tried to get to meet Hulk Hogan at his places of business when I got tips that he would be there. And the last time we went, just his son Nick was there. I went with Jesse and his friends, and his son Nick was there, and we saw Jake Busey, who I had just made a movie with recently. And I was like, no, that's not the Hulk. Both blonde, not the Hulkster. But
you got a cat in here?
No, it's a robot cat.
Holy cow!
Yeah, that's a robot cat.
Is it really?
Yeah. No, My daughter.
He was like, "You're gonna get it."
Where is it? It's in here. Here it is.
Is it like motion sensor? It's
Yeah.
like the wind sets it off or
is setting
something?
it off.
That's amazing. That's awesome. That reminds me of, wasn't there like a sitcom with a cat?
Halston.
Is that, oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the same cat.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not a huge Joe Lynch fan, but I like Adam Green.
Yeah, I listen to their podcast all the time. I listen to them all the time.
Hey, Chris Russell, I just want to thank you for this bottle of water that I'm going to use to make plaster. Because I don't want to run across the building to the sink. First order of business, put a sink in this room.
I'm kind of surprised you haven't had me.
Well,
You have the one that's it's not that far, I guess.
it's not far, but it's destroyed. And,
Chris says, "Cleanse the cat."
oh, look at that. It's okay.
It's safe.
It's okay. It's okay.
So the other way you're saying, normally, would you put burlap on it now and then another coat?
I would dip burlap into it and place, but I'm not making these for production. I'm making these for one use. And honestly, after this use, I'll probably just scan them with the scanner, put them in my archive, and the way I don't have to, I can just throw these molds away.
So,
And should I ever get to open my second monster museum in Branson, Missouri, which is what I would like to do, then I will revisit those files.
I'm gonna say Hatchet was censored on Tubi, but not terrible.
What is that?
Hatchet is censored on Tubi, but Terrifier isn't.
interesting.
That is so weird. So is Slaughterhouse on the Hill, my our film.
It got censored on too.
It's censored on Tubi and not on Plan10Pictures.com.
How did they ask you for a censored version when you turned it in?
Nope, they re-edited my movie, and it wasn't Tubi. I made that movie for Dave Sterling.
Oh, that's right.
So it has a producer. It's his movie, you know.
Yeah.
But on Tubi, the sound design has been changed, which is real weird. Like they took a lot of the squishing and sloshing out of the gore.
Interesting.
Which kills the effect to me. Like when I make an effect, sound design is in my mind for that effect, and that was a bummer. And then the other thing that is changed is there's a couple scenes that aren't as bloody.
Yeah, it's interesting. We do that. We do that with our YouTube channels. We have to.
Yeah.
How
is that legal? That's what I want to know.
That we do
that
it.
You can actually so we've talked about this. You put out some of my movies, and we're friends, and you call me and you say, hey, I am gonna do this to your movie. I'm gonna take out that scene where Bobby's head gets cut in half in the After Dark. And I say, you're my friend, you can do whatever you want, Mike. But if you were not my friend, how in the world do you have the rights to do that? It's in your agreement, but that's not in my agreement. That's my film, and I don't have a distributor. I have an aggregator.
But it's there.
There is no way.
When they signed my agreement, they're stating that
they're lying.
Cleared it with you. Yeah,
they're lying.
But that's the nature of agreements. Is like.
So then my question is, did you ever see that documentary about the LDS rental store, the video store that was run by LDS in?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, I'm going to send you this link. It's an awesome documentary, but it's basically they had their own Blockbuster during the Blockbuster Hollywood video days, but they would edit the movies. So
interesting.
They had editing bays in their back room.
Wow.
So they would get the movies like Scream, and they cut Drew Barrymore out of all the death stuff. Anything blood, any bad words, any nudity, they would cut it out. Well, huge lawsuits from I mean, we're talking about every movie that Blockbuster had, they had, and they would edit them without, like, edit them for television without anybody's permission.
Right.
And the whole company ended up folding because of the lawsuits.
Well, and that's the thing, is like, it's obviously they were doing it without telling anybody. We have had situations.
Because the thing is, there is nowhere in my agreement with MVD, there is nowhere that it's not their film. Just like when you would buy a VHS tape and it says this is a copyrighted piece of material, you're not to record or change or blah, 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 public display. That's my movie. I have to be in charge of who can do what to what. It's very weird to me.
Yeah, most of the agreements that I see, and it's in our agreements too, though, is that it says there's some clause in there that just explains that, that it could be edited for TV, for I don't remember exactly how the words go,
Sure.
but something so that it states that, the only reason that they're doing it, you're not doing it for like, we think it'd be a better movie this way.
I mean, but what's stopping you from doing that?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing.
Well, I mean, the only the true thing that would be stopping me from doing that is I couldn't imagine a world where I would, it already takes a lot of work and time and money to just do it, to try to clean them, because it's a very arbitrary, like, I mean, obviously, any nudity, you no longer can get away with any nudity on YouTube.
So I have a plan to put my current movie Nameless, as well as Hello, My Name is Gacy and Bloody Buff on YouTube. And first of all, Gacy doesn't have any nudity and very little gore. But I want to say Nameless. There's a scene with Nightmare Christie and Waleed, and she's topless. I will have a black bar come across, like a censorship bar, that says, for the unedited director's cut, go to plantinpictures.com and purchase the physical media. And so every time, we wouldn't cut it out, we'll just cover it up.
Right.
And or just a black card, if it's too gory, fuzz the whole image.
Yeah.
For the unedited when Beast's guts are falling out.
Yeah.
For the unedited director's cut, go to Plantain Pictures. That way, they know the goods are there. They're not judging my movie as if there's no goods.
Right.
But they are watching anyway, because with our channel growing, our YouTube viewers want to see our movies too,
Sure. And there's certain movies that are the point of them. I mean, really, the point of, like, is the gore. It's like,
yeah.
I mean, it's like, obviously,
most of the stuff I make,
it's like, yeah, that's the
people
fun
don't care about the conversation. They care about the effects and the monsters.
But you're also not, like, in your storytelling, you're not trying to develop deep characters and emotional backgrounds and all that. And so when you lose the main element of what's supposed, it is amazing when you work on YouTube that you see the masses of how they, like, people just like people aren't that picky,
right?
And they love everything, and they're getting free stuff, and so they're actually very happy. But at the same time,
I just imagine a lot of the filmmakers are taken aback when they see that their film has been edited.
No,
and Terrifier hasn't, or something.
Well, that is interesting that I would imagine the reason why. What was the movie they said? Was it
Hatchet?
Hatchet's been around for a long time. I would imagine that.
But also not terribly. I mean, there's some cool rubber monster deaths in it and stuff, like the tearing of the head.
Yeah.
I say rubber monster because it's like a rubber head ripping.
Yeah.
But and I think Mercedes McNabb shows are nabs, but I don't believe that movie is so gory that it should be edited. Not compared to
Hatchet.
Yeah.
It's got some massive kills.
I mean, it's got great kills, but I don't feel like it's like. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying, but like what the systems pick up on, it's full of stuff that picks up on.
Sure.
And that's what's funny is, like, your movie Las Vegas Frankenstein,
not real gory,
but it's
one
insane.
Scene.
Well, there's one scene. Your movie is the hardest movie to get monetized. It drives me fucking nuts. Like, I'm not. And one of the things that I found.
So just put a black card that says "Go to Plantain Pictures" and
over the whole thing. Just like leave this much of the movie. Because one of the toughest things is the girl when you kill her and her
fake torso.
Her fake torso sitting in the background in multiple shots. There's fake boobs on the ground in the
Put a black
background.
card over it
But it's like you don't when you're going in there to fix it. I don't see it half the
because it's
time.
a prop.
Yeah, and because it's in the background. But like YouTube's AI or whatever is like boobs.
Boobs.
Sometimes it'll be guys taking their shirt off and it'll trigger it.
Really?
Yeah, because it's so like delicate.
Those guys need to get in shape. There should be a button that says moobs, not boobs.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the one thing though, too, filmmakers, if there are any filmmakers watching it, is like the good thing about it is that like if I put your movie on YouTube,
millions of people can see it.
right?
That's the good thing for me.
When you put it up there, and it's
true.
Not monetized. It's called limited monetization, and with that, you could get 1 million views on a movie and maybe make like let's say 1 million views is worth $20,000, $30,000, say, in a movie. I could be off my number actually, it changes a lot, but either way, if it was limited monetization, that 1 million views might be worth $300. It's crazy.
Here's my question.
It's like the difference is insane.
I have Teddy Told Me To and The After Dark in a private link on my YouTube that I can send you to watch if you want to see it.
Yeah.
It has never been flagged for anything distribution wise. Like MVD, if I had that with Las Vegas Frankenstein, it would be flagged by you guys.
Yeah.
And I understand that you're watching out for your people. I mean, you've done. Nick's done it for me. Somebody was bootlegging Sasquatch. He got it off the internet. So, do you think I could move forward with putting a clean cut of Teddy Told Me To on YouTube, without getting flagged because it's lived on there in the private link and never gotten a cease and desist? But when I had a private link of Las Vegas Frankenstein, I couldn't have it. Because of
so there's a ton of different types of content protection.
Yeah.
And your channel is not monetized. Some things won't trigger until it's monetized.
Okay.
But
can you get away with more gore and nudity when it's not monetized?
Yeah, because it doesn't. The same thing is like it doesn't matter.
But
what you can do and what you should do, because you own all these movies and they're yours, and this is one of the plans that I've had for Creepy Popcorn. You can make on YouTube membership programs.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
And so anything you put behind the paywall on a membership program, you say, listen, watch all my movies with no ads. And then it doesn't matter at all. It can be the full unrated version. YouTube won't penalize you for that either, because it's like.
Here's a question: will YouTube penalize us for giving away YouTube secrets on YouTube Live right now?
No. Because there's 8 million videos on YouTube with YouTube secrets, and most of them aren't real. Most of them are baloney. But yeah, I mean that's.
No, I want to do the YouTube members because we have all kinds of ideas for fun T-shirts and giveaways and things like that. But I really want to get the films up on the Monster Museum network because I think it will help grow the network. Also, it helps build those watch hours when you have somebody invested. I know you said like generally they watch 16 minutes or something, but some of them will watch an hour and a half,
Yeah, and I mean it's an average. And so like.
And some of them will turn around and accidentally fall asleep or walk away or. I mean, they're not going to fall asleep during one of my movies, but
right. But during mine, they.
I am, but I'm excited. This network has been growing and growing. We're getting subscribers. We're getting all kinds of engagement, and I feel like there's like the right time to drop those movies. Also, I've been working on trying. I think I told you. I don't know if I told you. I talked to too many people. But I dropped a bunch of my movies off of the Goodwill and tried to track them.
Oh, did you? And I remember you've been talking about this idea for a long time.
They didn't pop up. So I'm going to go drop some more off, not in cellophane. I'm going to cut the cellophane off.
When you say you're trying to track them, what do you mean?
So I dropped them at my Goodwill here on Boulder Highway. And I went back every morning to see if they're on the shelf.
Oh, okay.
And they never got on the shelf, to my knowledge, or they disappeared so quick that I didn't. Like maybe the employee in the back was like, "Oh, this is brand new in the cellophane. I'm keeping this one." I mean, it's $3 they sell them for $3.
Yeah.
So like an employee could probably get an employee discount. He just walked away with a brand new movie for $2.80 or something.
Right.
So maybe, or they told me if there's not room, they ship them to other stores.
Right.
Well, there's clearly room on the shelf, and I'm watching other films change out constantly. Every day I go, and every day.
This is in Boulder City?
Yeah, no, it's in Henderson.
Okay.
But I go every morning, I look, and my movie's not come up. And that was 2 weeks now. So I'm going to go either today or tomorrow. I'm going to cut the cellophane off. I'm going to do Hello, My Name is Gacy, Slaughterhouse on the Hill, and Teddy Told Me To. I'm going to cut the cellophane off so even though they're brand new, they don't look brand new. Because then maybe they'll end up on the shelf. And then maybe, because also with the cellophane, I dropped a handful off with cellophane. They might have sent them to like a boutique store that does better, that has nicer, maybe off Boulder Highway, they sent it to like Summerlin because it's new in the package. Who knows?
Well, and they do like stuff online too.
Oh, maybe they're selling it online.
But I also could imagine that the turnaround of get something on the shelves in a Goodwill could be 2 months. You never know.
No, well, here's the funny thing. This all was triggered by I went there and somebody had dropped off some chairs.
Okay.
That I was like, oh, my wife would love those chairs. And I said to the guy, I was like, hey, can I buy these chairs? They're right in the donation bin. And he's like, no, not until they're processed. I said, well, can I just buy these chairs? Like,
right.
And he's like, no grease in his palm. And then I was like, okay, can you put my name on these chairs or take my name and phone number and call me when they're available? And he said, nope. So I went back every day. In 3 days, they were on the shelf and I bought them.
Okay.
And so.
But that's a bigger product, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe even you being. I can imagine when I even say that though that it could take a month. That's not the norm. Sometimes it gets out in a day. Sometimes like just the way things are managed. I just could imagine it could.
So I'm on an experiment to see how long. I wanted to put an Apple AirTag in one, so I can follow it.
I love it.
Put an Apple
what
AirTag.
You need to do is
but I would put it in between the cover and where the disc clips in, so you can't see it at all. And then I could track that. But then that sounds illegal because then if somebody buys it and it goes home to their house.
Yeah, you don't want
I don't want to be like freaking out like,
it's somebody's house.
Told me to.
Or someone's house that gets broken into and they're like,
there's an AirTag in this Blu-ray. This guy's a stalker.
This creepy monster. Right?
But I am obsessed right now. I was shooting in my daily videos every day going to look for the movie. But then every day it wasn't there, so I run in, I look, I don't always record it, but I'm gonna find that,
Well, I was gonna say, so because for some maybe are watching or listening to this one that haven't heard in the past, this idea is big. The reason why you're doing this.
Not giving away yet.
Oh, we're not. Okay.
Not giving that away yet.
Well, I have an idea for you then later that I need to talk to you about.
Okay. And I'm game for it.
Sorry, guys.
No, that's just we gotta get. We're doing a build up. You gotta do a build up.
I got you. So right now you're just doing a test though to see.
I'm doing a test. I'm trying to. Well, here's where the whole thing is. I'm trying to build a cult classic. I'm trying to build buzz and heat and build a cult classic. And to do that, I gotta get my movies to the public, man. Gotta get them to the public.
I'm glad that you brought that up though right now because I don't think I told you. But I got to interview. I had like a 2-hour long conversation a week ago now with Uwe Boll.
Oh, that's awesome,
dude! It was cool. It was so
dude.
Cool.
He's made some of my favorite crap-tastic movies, and I say that in the best way.
And so I've seen a lot of Uwe Boll's movies, and I'm very aware of Uwe Boll. Mm-hmm. But I'm also
for those of you who aren't, he's an Italian
German.
Oh, he's a German filmmaker. Kind of like the Ed Wood of horror from Germany.
Yeah.
He makes some really.
What he's really became
Blood Rain
famous for was he was one of the first guys, if not the first, that got all these video game licenses.
Yeah, he did House of
the Dead. And House of the Dead is the one that's like the polarizing.
It's rough.
Yeah, but so the reason why I'm bringing that up though is that to get ready to interview him because I really haven't watched this movie in a very long time.
Yeah.
I really like Rampage. I always like Rampage. But I have to.
Did he direct that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
That's a huge movie.
And that's what's interesting about it.
That's a huge because he did a lot of low budget movies in the Hollywood video days. Rampage is huge. I need to make something.
Yeah, he does a lot of. You need to make something new now.
Make something. Keep talking. I'm gonna think of what I'm gonna make.
So, either way, what I liked about it, what the thing I came away with afterwards is like how some of these movies, and House of the Dead is a perfect one. House of the Dead is horrible. At the same time, with time and distance,
Charming.
it's so much goddamn fun.
Yeah.
So when I rewatched, I remember the first time I saw it, and I was like, Jesus, like, this is kind of hard to watch. And I didn't love it by any means. When I watched it the other night, getting ready for him, like I loved every second of it.
Do you think you loved it because you knew you were going to talk to him, or do you think you loved it because you've just become less judgmental?
I think that I love it because I've learned to watch movies for what they are.
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing for audience members to do. And it's not something that probably you should have to do. You have every right to like or dislike what you want.
Right.
But a lot of times, it's like and The House of the Dead is one of those ones where it's like, it's from a beloved video game and people are excited.
Oh, man, I was so excited.
Yeah.
I was so excited, and I was so disappointed.
But when's the last time you watched it?
I have not watched it since it was on VHS, but I saw it in the theater, and I did watch it on VHS. The cover art was awesome. I was like, I'll give this another chance. But, I mean, we're talking 2001. 2001 was probably the last time I watched it.
Yeah, when you get a chance, rewatch it again, because I think that you would enjoy it a lot more. And I certainly did. But I also just watch it from it's just like, I'm just watching this movie. I have no expectation, and I knew what it was going to be. I remembered enough of, whatever it was. But when it gets in towards the end, like the last 40 minutes of that movie, that's zombies and explosions and endless 360 shots and all this, just, incredibly craziness.
Yeah.
It's fun, man. It's so fun. And I guess it's having a resurgence where it's like, it's playing at these festivals. He sent me a video of one of this film festival. They played that and maybe Blood Rain. I can't remember. But just packed audience chanting his name.
He made a mummy movie. God.
He's made a lot of
movies. You know what we need in here? We need Kayla set up with the Google searchable stuff. Maybe Chris is watching. If Chris can hear me, search the Uwe Boll mummy movie. It's called Ancient Evil, I think, or Evil Remains. It's Uwe Boll mummy movie. It's so good. I loved it, man.
Yeah, it's got me wanting to go back and rewatch. But the reason why I was bringing
Ancient Evil, I think, no, Dave Dakota did Ancient Evil. They both did a mummy movie, right at the same time. Dave Dakota and Uwe Boll. They were on the video shelves in 2003, VHS and DVD probably. But I think it was Ancient Evil or Evil Remains. I can't remember, but I loved that movie for a minute. I love mummy movies too. I love The Tomb, which is it's a Fred Olen Ray movie. That was great. Daryl Hannah shoots a helicopter out of the sky with a desert eagle.
Awesome. But what I was gonna say is, what is really neat about movies is that sometimes it takes them 20 years for the world to care,
right?
And fall in love with them, and that's. I love that. I love that we're seeing more of that, and it's and also I was I got the thought of this is probably not that profound of a thought, but it's sequels are made to be watched 10 years later. They're made to be enjoyed 20 years later. It's so many times when you're in the moment, you walk away disappointed. But years later, you love it. It's, and I don't know. I just think there's something really cool about that. But I think that your movies are definitely going to be those movies that just takes a little time for
it to become,
for them to reach people, for them to watch them.
I really think if we can get people to know of them, it helps. 100%. And I'm gearing up. I want to do this zombie movie we've talked about in Pahrump.
Start playing with that script.
And I would like to do this zombie movie in Pahrump that Mike's going to help me write the script. And it's that's what I'm kind of sculpting a zombie right now. I was just thinking about it. And there's just something so I'm making my youth what I love. We're talking. I loved zombie movies when I was a kid, and that's why I was so excited about House of the Dead. But I just I want to make those movies, and that's how I feel about Teddy Told Me To, Nameless, Las Vegas Frankenstein. I was talking to Steve, who played Nameless the other day, and he goes, "Yeah, there's a lot of Mr. Brightside in Nameless, and there's really not. He's in one end scene of the movie." For 5 seconds, sorry to spoil it if you haven't seen it,
But doesn't he pop up multiple different
Yeah,
times?
but in YouTube clips he pops up,
Right.
like little flashy back things, but like he doesn't kill anybody. Nameless is the killer, and that's
Right.
I want to eventually make a sequel about Nameless, and I think it goes more hardcore that Nameless is the killer. But think about Hellraiser, like Pinhead is the face of Hellraiser, but Pinhead is not the only driving force in part one. There's Cenobites everywhere,
Yeah.
and then I don't know. I feel like it lends itself for the sequel to kick some ass. You know what I mean? And I just have to figure out what that sequel is. I want to make sequels, but I don't feel like I can make any sequels until I do a Teddy Told Me To sequel. And I think that just has to come first for the reason that that's the one people are waiting for right now.
Right.
Chris is asking if the movie is Prisoners of the Sun.
No, but that sounds awesome. It's not Prisoners of the Sun.
And then Joker's Revenge 48 says if you send them to New York, he'll drop them off at his Goodwills.
Awesome. Maybe that's what we do is build an army of Goodwill.
Good idea.
The Goodwill Army.
Yeah.
Oh, Plan 10 Goodwill crew. I don't know. Somehow I'm gonna track these movies and find out how long, because I have another plan. I got another plan. If I can't see my movie show up on the shelf at a Goodwill that I choose, I'm going to scan and print the price tags, because Goodwill won't sell something without a price tag. I'm gonna take the price tags from a movie I buy there. I'm gonna make them to put on my movies, and I'm just gonna go
drop it off on the shelves.
Put it on the shelf.
I love it, man. That's awesome.
Did you work on Yellow Brick Road? Would love to hear anything about it.
Yellow Brick Road. No, I love The Wizard of Oz though.
Funny, I think that I have Yellow Brick Road up on Creepy Popcorn.
What is it?
He says that's the movie that brought him here.
Oh, so
Yellow
it must
Brick
be.
Road. Yeah, this is about Creepy Popcorn.
No, yeah, that one we got from MVD. That movie is really cool.
I love Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, it's a Wizard of Oz type horror movie. And it's doing great on it. Thank you for watching and tuning in. No, that movie we licensed for the channel from MVD.
Okay. Which is how he gets my movies from MVD, because he licenses them.
Yep.
And then he changes them. Which I'm not negative about. Yeah. That's fine.
No, but we should finish that conversation.
What I'm curious about is the filmmakers who don't know you. Like, I know you and I trust you and I want the most success and the most eyes on my product. Right. I am not an artist that's like, this is my art, my bleeding heart. You're not allowed to change it. Right. I am like, will that give me more views? Well, I find more fans that way. Are people going to grow this cult classic by you cutting the gore out? That's what led me to go, I'm gonna put a little card that says, oh, there's gore here. Yeah. And maybe we make little antidotes like, oh, you wanted to see his guts fall out? Go to Plan 10 Pictures.
Well, and let me tell you this. Through the conversations I've had with a lot of the distributors that I work with on different things, when we very first started this, I was like, there's no fucking way. I was like, I'm not touching someone's film.
Right.
I was like, it's going to cause.
So
taboo. And I talked to some friends, and I was just like, we can't do that.
And maybe it's one thing if it was a really old movie, an old Uwe Boll movie, and they're like, well.
Well, and the reality of this is like, they did it with all of our favorite horror movies that found their way to TV were dwindled down. And
sometimes the TV edit was better.
Sometimes they were.
Friday the 13th Part 4 TV edit is better.
I don't know that one.
Oh, God. All the spots they cut the boobs out, they added Corey Feldman doing little monster stuff in his bedroom.
Oh, that's cool.
So there's way more puppetry and way more monster making.
So, but so this is, if any filmmaker is listening to this is the point that I want to get at, is that when I was first doing this, I asked, I'm like, because our whole thing was like, listen, if I leave this movie up, it's not making any money. And YouTube has kind of adjusted to where it doesn't push things that don't make money that much anymore.
Right.
But we used to have movies on our channels that had millions of views and that made hundreds of dollars.
Right.
And once they kind of get stuck as the most popular movie, they just keep getting served up. And so it hurts the channel, number one, but then it also hurts the filmmaker because they're not making the money they should make.
Yeah.
So we were like, listen, ask your filmmakers if they want to deliver us a,
clean version.
Yes, a clean version. But because
such a pain in the butt.
Yeah, well, and because filmmakers are pains in the butts, all of us are. Like the distributors didn't even. They're like, no, I'm not gonna know. They're like, if you want to do it, we'll clear it with them, and then you guys can do it.
Unfortunately,
but they're like,
they didn't.
yeah, they're like, we basically, there's like, like if we ask them, they'll never do it, or they'll get mad about it, or blah blah blah. Whatever. All the ones that I know, the distributors that I know, MVD is different because they're a massive company and they're an aggregator.
Yeah.
But they all went to their film.
But they distribute as well as aggregate, so they mix. That's where I think they mix things up, because some people have them as distributors. They're distributed through MVD. MVD owns the movie.
Well, isn't that kind of what you have?
Not at all. I'm my own distributor through MVD. That's why I don't get the same placement that somebody else gets.
But them they're taking your movie and they're putting it on all the platforms.
They're shopping it for me as an aggregator.
Are you allowed to place it at other?
But they don't.
Exclusive with them.
So the difference is they don't have to prove anything. I can put a movie of you sculpting that clay for an hour and a half on MVD tomorrow.
Right.
I don't have to have their approval because I am a distributor that is using them as an aggregator. Okay. When they distribute a movie, they also promote it and they own it and they all. Right. That's not what I am with them. They don't promote my movie. They don't even know who I am.
But those that you're talking about, that case, I think that they own most of those movies. They go that
a lot that they do.
They have a library.
But that's why I'm saying, by them giving you the rights to change my movie, they don't own my movie. They don't own it at all. They get a piece as a middleman, but not. There's no license with them,
though, that you might not.
Well, maybe.
Because like they're a pretty reputable company.
No,
and well.
I'm gonna tell you, they're doing good for me. I used to complain about MVD, and you've heard it. You've heard it, but I don't. I understand. This industry is very hard to navigate. This industry is very hard to accept what you're being told at face value with no documentation.
Yeah.
And I've learned my lesson. I will not complain.
Well, and the thing is, truthfully, is like there's a lot of blame to go around. Like there's a lot of blame on us as filmmakers. There's a lot of blame on.
The thing is blame is kind of the devil, right? Like, let's all just stop blaming people and start being accountable. And
100%.
And I think that we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Because I am happy right now. I'm happy with MVD. I'm happy. I for the last 2 years I made some mistakes, and I know when to say I was wrong. I know when to say I got a hot
head.
Such a
great quality to have.
And I've gone back with my tail between my legs, and here we are. Good. We're hopefully going to get Nameless out here very soon, and but I can say, I think that the distribution end of independent film is, oh God.
It's a nightmare, man.
It is, but that's your job, and you are. I don't know why you choose to be in a nightmare realm.
Well,
Mike, you could be making such great product, but you're so tied up doing this. Like, you're on a mission. You're on a mission to un-nightmareify.
Because
you're the people's service. You're being the service for the people like me, trying to find us a way. You know what I mean? But nobody's giving you the credit for that.
No, that's the part that sucks. Is like, because
they're all like, "What do you mean you want to do clear?"
Yeah, like it's you get met with a lot.
How come my movie didn't get in your festival?
Right. Yeah, you get a lot of people with hurt feelings.
I can help. I've got some real filmmakers to help out there. Okay, I've got some people that are real filmmakers. I'm gonna help. You get the shit end of a lot of sticks. People are leaving.
We do. Like it's.
Someone just popped in and wants to know what everyone's making.
On what platform? On
the Monster Museum.
Instagram. I'm making a zombie.
I love that.
This is going to be a foam latex zombie. It's going to move. It's going to be rotten. It's going to have some rotten teeth here and no face missing. And then Mike is making like a Cthulhu creature that is a devil, demon Cthulhu creature of some sort.
He's going to be our spokesperson for Creepy Popcorn.
Spokesperson for Creepy Popcorn.
I'm going to do.
I wish you wouldn't have made popcorn head guy like your logo.
Well, I have those two that I'm making.
Yeah, you got to make popcorn head guy.
Yeah, those are going to be.
Well, how fun would that be as like a Ben Cooper vacuum form mask, like from the '80s with a little plastic bib? Like,
I got to bring in the ones that I've done and show, because I have questions for you and also for Jesus Christ, the guy that does the 3D Chris.
Chris.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a brain.
Yeah.
because I have I started sculpting ones that are like this big.
Yeah.
And then I want
the figures.
Yeah, like the figures. And then but my idea is I guess to just 3D print them and make them into something. But yeah, I wanted those to be kind of the spokesperson, but I was like, the only I could do it is like animation or. But I really should have talked to you about that too, because we could have made puppets for those too, right? Like, those will be there too. But I wanted to create like a Tales from the Crypt type of guy that I could do anthologies with.
Yeah.
And so that's what this character is going to be.
I like that.
And I'm excited that it's coming together because also I write these little, and I did on Creepy Popcorn. There's one right now about the real true origin of Michael Myers.
Oh,
that's just like a fan fiction thing I made up.
I love that.
But the idea always was like that there's like this alternate dimension where the horror movies that we watch are actually reality in another dimension.
Yeah.
And so like this character kind of has more information that he tells you about, so it's just a fun like thing for videos that we're making. But I actually came up with one for Scream that I'm going to write and it'll be out pretty soon. And there's another one for Friday the 13th that I'm working on too.
Cool.
So some will be original stories, but then we'll do some fun stuff with that.
Me and Chris were talking about that idea that you're doing, and I think there's some brilliance to it, and I have a bunch to pitch.
I love it. Yeah, I want more because I want. I kind of want to like treat him like that's where like I think utilizing him versus making the videos I think will be a little bit better. It's like I almost want to treat him like conspiracy type things, like the way that they're told, like it's a fun, just telling them that way, without stepping on the lore or something that somebody knows. Just like a really fun way.
We're gonna get a little more interest here on what we're doing instead of me.
I love it. Yeah, I keep looking, I gotta do it. I want to get 2 cameras that we can just put on the sculptures.
Yeah.
And because I add on this live, I can add another camera angle. So that it could just be like the main one that's us, but then the small ones that are the sculptures. We'll get there one day.
We're getting there. I mean, we've been really consistent with this.
Yes.
I love that we're not missing. I've got an episode in the bag that we can post if we ever did have to miss. It wouldn't be live, but it would be us.
Mm-hmm.
But I just love that. We have been consistent.
I do too, and I look forward to it every week.
Yeah. I almost last night called you and said I had a heck of a weekend.
Yeah.
And I just thought, I don't know, man, gotta wake up and do this, and I got so much stuff on my plate that I'm thinking about, and then I was like, no, I'm doing this. I'm not backing out.
Yeah, I've almost texted you Sunday nights a couple times. I'd be like, let me double check. Then I just had a thought. I was like, you know what? He'll tell me if he can't.
Yeah.
And I feel like
I feel the same way because like even this morning I woke up and I was like, I didn't talk to Mike, but
yeah.
I guess he's coming. I better get ready. And you text me like mid my thought. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, because I was running. I forgot my wallet. I'm like, God damn. Stopped to get coffee. I'm gonna run back home. But yeah, I also was just like, if I ask every week, I just feel like it's easier for one of us to be like, like
I feel the same way.
It's like when me and my buddy did when we decided to go to college. We would get together. We would drive to college every day, and then in the parking lot, we would be like, should we just go do something else?
Me and my best friend used to do the same thing. Be like, there's no parking. Let's go to Chick-fil-A.
So stupid. It's just like you're paying for this, but like that was, and as long as one of us would say it, so we both knew that but every day one of us would be like, we just want something.
Did you graduate college?
Fuck no.
Okay,
I
that's
was
probably
way
why.
too smart for graduate.
I'm gonna say that's probably why.
Yeah, we were. I don't know. And my mom was so sweet. She's like, I'll pay for it. She's like, but you gotta go. She's like, as long as you pass your classes, you'll pay for it. She's like, but if not, you gotta pay me back. I don't know if she ever actually made me pay her back. But it was just so dumb. But I'm really happy that you did the same thing, Kayla.
Yeah, I did the exact same thing every morning. Oh no.
Kayla, did you graduate college?
No.
That sounds about right.
Did you go to college?
I didn't graduate high school.
Oh no.
I've taught at the college level several times.
Nice.
Not the college level, trade school level.
So what did you drop out of high school?
Yeah, I left high school to move to Hollywood in my senior year, right before Christmas. We went away for Christmas break. I never went back to school.
Oh wow.
Moved to California, and at the time, Jamie, who was in here earlier, had already graduated. We were living together, and we just hit the road. We're like, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
That's
And,
awesome.
we made this really silly fake diploma. I own it still. My mom gave it back to me. I made a fake diploma that said I graduated
Are you serious?
early, and there's like a ribbon taped hot glued on it, and like, which is so. This is so bizarre because Jamie had a diploma from East Stroudsburg High School.
Right.
She had one. We could have at least photocopied it. You know, we just made this goofy fake diploma that said I graduated early. Mailed it to my mom, and
wait, so you were tricking your mom
I
too?
tricked my mom. I didn't tell my parents that I didn't finish high school.
Oh, that's.
But I was like, I knew I wanted to be an effects artist. I knew I was going to Hollywood. I knew where my life was going.
That's awesome.
And I was just like, I even had a teacher that kind of aided me in this. She kind of told my mom I was going to graduate.
Really?
Because she knew I was I was leaving no matter what.
Right.
So this lady, Miss Miller, she was my special ed teacher, somehow she went with it. You know, she helped me make this happen.
That's awesome.
But then years later, I came clean.
So did you ever get like your GED?
No, I was working at X-Files like before my class graduated.
Oh, that's
amazing. I was doing, not talking. You
Yeah.
know, so I just didn't. I say that all the time. I think my class had actually graduated by the time I was on X-Files, but I always say that they hadn't. I think that's an exaggeration.
Do you
still here watching?
Jamie's still here watching. Good job on that diploma, Jamie. Good job. I still have it. My mom gave it back to me, and I looked at her in the face and I said, "Mom, how did you buy this? My mom's very intelligent and has a college diploma, you know, like." And she's like, "Well, when you want to believe something, you just believe it."
That's
like,
a very honest and good answer, actually. That's the source of a lot of problems in the world.
Yeah. You want to believe something.
That's awesome. So did you use that diploma when you got a job? Did you show that off to anybody? Your mom?
No.
It's interesting to think back on now because it's like.
But I will tell you, I taught in Las Vegas at a trade school.
Uh-huh.
That you have to have a high school diploma for to get a job as a college-based teacher. And I pulled it off somehow. That's all I'm going to say.
That's amazing. I love it. But, you know, it's one of those things that it's like, I'm not encouraging anyone to not go to school.
A lot of life experience.
Yeah, but it's like I don't really know the...
Jamie says they also believed the science final.
Oh, gosh.
What is that?
My dad told me if I ever got an A, he'd give me $100. I used to get paid to get like C's and D's.
Right.
Like I'm not a good student.
Right.
Wasn't anyway. And so I had this thing because I was in special ed that I had like this red card that I could leave class anytime I wanted to if I was going to cause a disruptance.
Really?
So I just hold my little card up and I could just leave. And so I didn't like destroy the classroom or act like an idiot. And so I did that. And Jamie, who's on this thing, she was on the other end of the spectrum where she was so smart, she could do like independent study and she didn't have to go to class.
Right.
Because this is in 10th grade. So she was in 11th. She was still in high school then. And then, so one time, Miss Campbell's science class, we were doing the final.
Uh-huh.
And I just held my red card up and I took my test and I was going to go do it in the resource room or whatever. But I just met Jamie and we left and went to my friend Chuck's parents owned a Thai restaurant. And what a dumb kid skipping school. I went to my best friend's parents' business, sat there. Jamie filled out this whole test for me, and we brought it back, and I set the bar in the class. And nobody questioned that. Like all of a sudden, Tom's smart, and my dad gave me $100.
Did you feel bad about that?
I felt immensely guilty about that later in life, not at the time. At the time, I think I went and I bought every McFarlane movie Maniac I didn't know. I was like, toys! We gotta go spend this on toys right now!
Dude, how amazing was that moment in time when McFarlane movie Maniac?
And they would come out new series like every 4 months, and we were just hunting toys.
It was the greatest.
And they weren't expensive. They were like $11.
Oh, yeah, they weren't at all.
Bloody Freddy. Oh, I gotta get the bloody Leatherface.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I love the movie Maniacs.
I remember whenever, I don't know, the toy firm, whenever they first announced it, I was like...
Fangoria had a really good spread on it when they first came out. They were in Fangoria.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the bloody versions, and you're like, back then, that shit was extreme. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god, we can get bloody toys. I used to hunt out those Puppet Master toys like crazy, but the McFarlane movie Maniacs, man, changed the game.
They were amazing. Crow, Pumpkinhead.
Yeah. That's series 3.
Yeah, they just kept
going.
Because what was the first series? The ones that was just Freddy.
It was Jason. Freddy, Jason. It was like a weird Jason. It was like part Jason 8, part Jason Goes to Hell. And then, but it had the Jason Goes to Hell sign, and then, yeah, the Freddy and it was. God, those little so awesome.
The little stands that it had.
Yeah, with the movie poster.
I always wish those movie posters were just a little less flimsy.
Yeah, well, especially in the later seasons where they didn't have the side piece, so they got all wobbly.
Yeah.
Which could be kind of cool if they were painted like they were blown in the wind or something.
Yeah. Those were great. Now those toys are so...
They were so
expensive.
Cool. Oh gosh, they're so expensive now.
Yeah, everything's $30-$40.
Yeah.
It's like, I still buy tons of it. I gotta figure out how to wrap that into my journal, see if I can get a discount. I mean, just opening those toys and get naked.
The funny thing about all that school stuff, like I keep casually saying I was in special ed. I was in a resource room and they didn't really know what to do with me because I had a lot of energy. And everybody's like, there's so much trouble. I was a bad kid. So, and I never went to school. I did whatever I wanted. I just didn't believe in authority whatsoever. You know, like, oh, you want me to do this? No. And so the thing is, and it was all a defense mechanism because I felt insecure about my stupidity. Like, I wasn't a good test taker. I wasn't a good reader. I still don't. So I acted out instead. But what I understand now, my job as an effects artist is to solve problems. My job as a movie maker is to be a problem solver. Something happens and we have to solve said issue. That's what we do.
Yeah.
So when I would stand up on a desk and act like an idiot in class to get out of reading out loud or taking a test, that was like this brilliant problem solving that I was doing. Like, I'd rather look like a class clown than I would want to feel dumb, so I will do this. And so, like, I was a bad kid that nobody ever saw a future for, but really I was just a master problem solver. Right. Like, getting out of class and having her take that test, that's smart.
But do you think as a kid, were you really aware of what you were doing?
No. I mean, this is current realization. Like, I have been successful in my career and in my life of being a professional problem solver.
Yeah.
And I think it dates back to both parents, teachers, and myself not understanding what I've been doing the whole time. I've always been a problem solver.
So for someone though if there was someone other that had a kid like you, what do you think the best way to kind of...
Well, I have my own opinions that not everybody agrees with. Number one, I would never medicate. I won't ever medicate my children for having creativity and an extra energy. You got to harness it. And they have to learn to control it. That doesn't mean you have a spaz kid, you let him be a spaz.
Right.
Like, you learn to control with great responsibility, right? And I do that any of these disabilities and disorders that I have are actually superpowers people don't understand because I hadn't learned how to use them yet.
Right.
And I will never, ever let somebody call one of my children or somebody I know disabled to disturb, because it took me 30 years to kick the insecurities
Right.
of being dumb.
Right.
And I still act out when people treat me less than.
Right.
It's just a little bit different.
So what is a good way, do you think, to like, because sometimes what's hard with kids is like you just said too, if someone were to send you in that moment, like, Tom, you're doing this to get away from doing something you didn't want to do, you don't really have the awareness to go, you know what, you're right. You know, like, so it's hard with kids because it's like,
it is.
They're
But I'll
still
tell you
growing.
what, man. I had this one teacher, Miss Day, and I finally reached her and contacted with her recently. But she saw something. She knew that I wasn't just a fuck up.
Right.
And there was something there, man. How do you help a kid? It's very difficult because I have kids. I have a picky eater of a daughter.
Yeah.
I have a son that, he's awesome. They're both awesome. My kids are awesome.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick it apart. But if they were having behavioral problems, I would listen to them. And I'm not saying my parents didn't listen to me. It was a different time.
Yeah.
I would listen to them, but I would also heavily lean into what they're into, which my parents did with me.
Right.
I was like headed to be a pro snowboarder at a very early age. I was always, when I said I'm going to move to Hollywood and make monsters, they're like, right on, kid. Like, they always embraced what I did. They never made me feel like it was the wrong thing, kind of. But I don't know, man. I think you just have to listen to your kids and
have patience.
Patience is a huge thing, and it's hard. It is so hard to have patience. I walked in the house last night and yelled at my son for being on a screen. He's like, "What's going on?" I was like, "You're not in trouble. This isn't your fault. I'm just mad." Right. It had nothing to do with him. It wasn't his fault. He was totally permitted to be on that screen, but I was just mad and I didn't want him on it.
Right.
Patience is a tough thing. I think listening to a kid, not treating them like an adult, because they are my kids, not my best friends,
Yeah.
even though they're my best friend.
Yeah.
But
it's a fine line to walk.
but this is just my advice. My advice is don't let somebody of authority or somebody older in a place of professionalism say that you're disabled or disordered, because that means you're broken, and broken needs to be fixed, and that is not what it is. It's not what it is. It's a superpower that needs to be harnessed, and you need to be taught how to use it.
I like that.
And I've gone great places because I can outwork anybody, and I have hyper focus on my goals.
Well, that seems to be like that's what.
But that is the disabled disordered part of it, is that hyper focus. People don't understand.
Yeah.
Well, I can't sit still in a calculus class, but you give me some Ghost Rider comic books, and I'll be writing my own series.
Right.
And there's just something there that needs to be recognized, and it's more recognized now than when I was younger.
Maybe with that, when you're saying, I didn't. That thing about them giving you the card was kind of a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, that was because I had found a way to get myself kicked out of class instead of doing anything I needed to do. So the solution, I don't know if it was my mom's idea or the principal's idea, was give him this red flag that he could just hold, make sure the teacher sees it, and then beeline it. Every other kid has to ask to go to the bathroom. I'm like, I'm out. Because now I'm going to throw this table at somebody and get security called because I can go sit up in a room and eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in school suspension. You know what I mean? Like,
so that's the moment I'm kind of talking about. It's like, you want to go sit and eat the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah.
And so you're like, fuck it, I'll just turn this.
Because while I'm doing that, I can sit there and create my little stories and draw pictures of skateboarders or whatever,
But the logic that doesn't connect in your mind that other kids, or like that.
People like you follow the rules.
Like where I'm just like, because my whole thing always was like,
I don't want to get in trouble.
And I want people to like me. Like I was very worried. Like, what do my teachers think?
But that's that part of me that I tell you that I don't have self-esteem or nervous problems. Yeah. I say I have no self-esteem problem. I did a huge boundary about feeling to be made dumb. I didn't ever want to feel dumb.
Yeah.
But I didn't care if people liked me, I guess. I just figured why wouldn't they like me?
Right.
I'm fun. I've gotten less fun, I think.
Oh, you're pretty fun.
No, I was really fun.
You might have been less fun before.
I never, like I said, I've never drank alcohol. I've never done drugs, but I keep up with every one of those guys.
Yeah.
I was really fun. And I was the kid that if you dared to do something, I was going to do it. I wasn't letting anybody down.
I was the kid that was like, that's dumb.
I got to take Kayla back to my hometown and meet my child, and that was really fun because she got to hear all the wild stories, stupid stuff we used to do.
But do you think part of it too, though, is like as your kid too, is like you wanted to fit in. That was your way of fitting in too, right?
I don't know if I wanted to fit in. I didn't want to feel like a retard. I know we're not supposed to say that word. I'm sorry.
Right.
That's how I felt. But so I'd rather be the bad kid. At one point, I was on Ritalin really heavily in like 7th and 8th grade, 8th and 9th grade. I don't remember. Before I learned that I just don't take it and I could sell it, I took it, and everybody in school said I was a stoner. They're like, "Oh, Tom does pot. He's a stoner."
It's like mellow you out.
And I was like a zombie. I was like,
Right.
"No." Well, I went with it. Hell yeah, I smoke pot. I'm fucking Spicoli. I'm a skateboarder. I never in my life have smoked pot in my life. And I acted like it to the point that my friends would pass me a joint and I'd just hold on to it for a little while, give it back. And then they're all like, "Oh man, we're so high." And I'm like, "You guys are freaking weird." This stuff smells terrible. But, you know, that's problem solving though. That
Yeah.
to fit in socially, I pretended. That's problem solving. And I'm proud of myself now. I hope my kids are that resilient and resourceful, I should say. Not a lot of problems. I got good kids.
Awesome. G fam says 100% or 1,000% relatable, Tom.
Yeah.
It's cool to talk about that stuff because it's like we all find our own way where we are. We all have our own little like things to overcome.
And the microcosm of your childhood, like when you say you want to fit in and you want to be accepted and feel cool, in your mind, everybody does.
Yeah.
Like that. And so that's kind of how it's a weird thing to think back about because I feel like at the time, the way I felt, like, doesn't everybody feel like, I don't know, it's weird.
The truth is, I think that everyone, that's what I tell my nieces and nephews, and, you know, my son's young, but it's one of the things I want to share with him is like, as I've gotten older, I realized that you think that you're the only one struggling that way.
Right.
But everyone's fucking struggling.
Everyone's struggling.
Yeah.
They might not be struggling with the same
The same
thing. Like, I never had a fear that somebody wouldn't like me.
Right.
I always found a friend I always found a friend in the Misfits. I always had this outer circle, but I definitely had a fear that people thought I was less than intelligent or that I belonged in the basement. Our special ed rooms were like resource rooms. I was in math class called applied math that was like baby math, and it was in a trailer house behind the school. It wasn't in the school. What grade
was that?
9th, 10th, and 11th, 12th until I quit.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like they just put me away. It was weird. We had a basement. That's where I had resource room, and then like the lower end classes that I was in that were less than intelligent classes weren't in the school. They were in trailer homes behind the school.
Right.
And it was like I came to school, went to homeroom in the school, went to science class in the school, and then to the trailers. But that's when I would just go to the parking lot and leave. I didn't go to the trailers, you know. And that's the part that I never had that fear of breaking the rules. I was like, well, if they're going to put me out here in the cold, I'm just going to leave. Plus, there was kids in those classes. I'll never forget this kid, Nick Patrick. I hated this kid. And with Facebook and stuff, he might know who I am still. But, man, I went in that class, I was going to beat that kid's ass every day. I hated that kid because he was so mean to me. He was such a tool. Now I realize we were all in the same retard class. What are you talking about?
Right.
Yeah.
The reason
I use the R word. I know I'm tripping on the fact that we're live right now when I say that.
Right.
But I use it in a derogatory sense towards myself, not towards anybody who would take that derogatorily. But that's how I felt that I was herded like a wounded cattle. You know, I don't know.
Well, that was the word that you know.
That's what they called that class. Yeah, I mean, it was a horrible time. That was really rough. But I had good friends in those classes too. Me and this kid Ryan Hall, we had totally learned to scam the school system And we told them because we're in those classes, we have like all this trauma and problems, and we got accepted into this stress group, so we could go to this. We could get out of our regular classes, you know, because we had the special classes, but we could get out of the regular classes and go to stress group all day and get acupuncture and drink soda from the teacher's lounge and talk about our feelings.
But you know what's cool
It
about
was
that though
just
too
a
is like
scam.
while you guys
Right.
are scamming it and you're aware of that, you probably were getting a positive, like, you know, it probably was helping you.
Well, I'll tell you, I never felt so dirty because there was people in there talking about some real stuff, like
Right.
getting molested by their father and stuff. I mean, like hardcore. I don't know how they were allowed to speak like that in front of other kids. And Ryan Hall, although we were joking and having this thing, he's dead now. He's passed away. But he really had some real issues.
Right.
I was kind of tagging along on a journey I shouldn't have been on.
Right.
But
But
I come from a really nice household. I had no real issues. There was no abuse in my life. I was just a hyper kid. That's all it came down to. And but I had joined in with this stress group, and it was so fun.
you got like you learned maybe a little empathy.
Oh,
or
definitely.
understanding.
I mean,
I say sometimes.
I definitely learned how good I had it. At
Right.
that, you know, that was it was dark. Some of it.
Yeah. The reason I was asking about the math was I was always really good at math. But I got late, like, you know, like I didn't like high school at all either. I just all I was into was art classes and then
Yeah.
wanted to graduate. That was it. But because they trusted me because I was a good kid at one point, I just went to the counselor and I was like, yeah, it's like basically I was just telling her I couldn't do the math because I was getting a bad grade and it was getting really hard. I don't know, algebra 2, I don't remember what it was, something that is like, you know, you can't just your common sense or whatever worked for me before no longer worked.
Right.
I had to do a lot of work. And I just remember her, she's like, so what do you say? And I was like, you know, I basically manipulated the shit out of her to like how hard it was for me and that it was really struggling. And they put me in, I think it was called like consumer math or something.
Oh, that's like my applied math and applied business math with my.
And I had no idea what I was in for. And I went in there, and I had a really good friend, and he was in there. He was this
You're like
jock guy.
And then all of a sudden you're in one of those movies where it's like Captain, my captain, and there's this person trying to hold down a fort of maniacs. You're not.
It was a fun.
You're not actually
wild-
learning math.
No,
You're
I had like 110% in that class.
Yeah, because and everybody else is just causing trouble.
And they would like I remember my one friend, he was like a athlete. He was a really good dude. He was funny as shit. His name was Nathan. But he was, you know, not the brightest dude. And I'm sitting there and it's like, you have 2 apples and an orange. How many apples do you have? And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
So the funny thing is that what you just said is correct. That kid Nick Patrick was on the football team because it was us resource room kids and the sports kids that they were gonna pass because they got to play football, and God, those classes got wild. It was, but I stopped going. I will never forget in high school, in senior year, I went on day 1. I went to the apply. Her name was Miss Beitman. It was in a different trailer. It was in called the Bunnel, a different school. It wasn't a trailer. I went to the class day 1, and then the day before I left forever, for Christmas break, I went back in, and I said, Mrs. Beitman, can you pass me? And she's like, who are you? I was like, I'm Tom, and I came here. I'm leaving school, but for this last midterm or last whatever the report card was, I was like, I just want to show my mom that I'm passing. And she's like, okay. And then I never even went to her class one time.
Oh, nice.
And she just gave me a pass. It was like a D or, passing grade. And I was like, I'm not going to come back, but I need a grade on this report card that at least says that I'm doing okay.
That's awesome.
She was like, all right. That's terrible. And I'm the guy, when I teach makeup effects or when I'm grading when I'm doing anything, judging a contest, I am so brutal. I do not give a 10 out of 10. You're only gonna get what you deserve. This year's gonna be falling off over here. It's falling off.
What are you gonna do with that zombie?
I think I'm just making a stock zombie for when I make Return to.
So I want to add. I'm not going to get into too many details, but I had a question for you. I was looked at your thing you sent me.
I have a couple points I forgot to put in there that I need to add.
Okay.
One is a van has to explode. I don't know if that's in there.
I love it because I'm like, I'm gonna write this low budget movie for Tom, and I'm reading the thing. I'm like, this is not a low budget movie.
Oh, it's totally low budget.
It's got 87 actors in it.
Yeah.
But that's what I wanted to ask you about. Is like,
So,
how many actors?
If I can prefer, I would like it to never take place later than dusk. Like from dusk to dawn is when it should take place. So we don't want day shots. We're gonna be in Pahrump, most likely in the summer. I don't want to be hot, as less hot as possible.
Okay.
I don't mind having some light. There's a lot of actors, but in small groups until they're all at the spot. You know what I mean? And they could even die before each other at some point. But I do need a van, and I can send you a picture of it. It's like a conversion van, needs to explode. And it could be some guys taking that van out as part of the thing. We're writing a movie that we're gonna shoot out in Pahrump here in the desert at my good buddy Steve Hansen's movie ranch, and we're gonna build a graveyard out there, and things like this are gonna come out of the ground. It's gonna be so fun, but just so old school Return of the Living Dead. Think about Return of the Living Dead. It's that, but with, and these groups don't have to be huge. It can be like a group of 3. The bachelor part can be you and 2 dudes going out to try to, get things off your mind. You're gonna go to this Halloween party, this big rave in the dirt.
Okay.
I don't think it should be a rave.
I had an idea. I don't know do you care if I say it or you?
Yeah, no.
So the idea that I kind of had was that because when I was asking about locations, and I was just trying to think of fun,
like
easy
the bar
to use locations. I was thinking about using that bar scene as kind of like it's this little roadside bar where people stop as they're doing their road trips or whatever.
Yeah.
But the lady that runs it is kind of in cahoots with the guy at the place, and she sends different people there. Like when they have a like an event, because
I like that, but that is nameless. That's exactly what
sends them.
Ginger Lynn and Katie Morgan send. We find that they're eating at this restaurant, and then we realize that she sent them out to get killed. I just feel like it's a little similar.
No, that's fine.
Little similar.
Because I was just trying to come up with a
I think that everybody's got a flyer about this legendary party that's back. That's been it's been gone for 16 years or something. And my my older brother, his cousin went to this or something. Like this is a return of a party that hasn't happened in a long time. You know what I mean?
But the results before weren't the same.
No, and maybe the party actually never happened. Or it was like Dusk Till Dawn, more like every night at the Titty Twister, people die, and all those piles are behind them. These zombies that are coming out of the ground are past,
past people that had been there before.
Yeah, so maybe it has something to do with, So yeah, they're going to this Halloween party. It's a once a year thing, and it's just going to be a slaughter. It's not going to fare well for anybody. And then the only one that survives is the caretaker, who at first the caretaker we feel like is the harbinger of doom.
Right.
But then afterwards we feel like we realize the caretaker, he's not Cheech Marin. He's Danny Trejo at the bar.
Okay.
He's like, let me just button this place up, and this was our.
So how many zombies do you think you're gonna? Because that's the other thing I'm saying.
A lot.
So you're planning on doing like
a lot. You know how many people want to be in a zombie movie?
Yeah.
All I have to do
how do you manage that on a 4-day shoot?
One great night of lots of zombies.
Okay.
No, I can. Don't worry about the shoot. You just worry about the script.
Okay, but that's what I want to understand, because I'm like, if it were me and I'm like, I'm making a low budget, like I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna have to feature one zombie because it's just the way I make things.
It can't be done in a movie like this.
Yeah.
But
and that's
the way that I do it is, I don't take 3.5 hours to put somebody in a zombie makeup. Like we have a great team too, with
Right.
Waleed and Chris, and these guys will be doing makeup like motherfuckers, and they all want to be. Everybody wants to be a zombie, so we got to get them all in it.
Yeah.
So
do you have like featured zombies though, and then background zombies? Is that how you?
there definitely will be background zombies, and there'll be more rubber masks. But like this will be foam latex. This will be a pullover. This will be so easy to put on, but it'll move with every movement of the face.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And this guy will be great. If I sculpt 7 or 12 of these, 12 zombies is a lot of zombies on the screen at the same time. And then I already have probably, I don't know, 14 front of the face zombie masks that I've done over the years that have never been featured in anything. I used to make mechanical zombies, and I would use them for that. So I'll run a bunch of those.
A lot of zombies.
Oh, there's got to be zombies. Of course.
I knew that was the answer, but in my head I'm like, I gotta figure.
We're making a 1980s style zombie movie, and it needs to have hordes. And is it gonna be easy? Absolutely not. But we have to deliver though, because here's the thing: 28 weeks later, or 28 years later, just came out.
Yeah.
I used to pretend I really liked 28 Days Later. I pretended that because it was. I was so stoked it was shot on the Canon XL1.
Right.
Like that was the coolest thing. And then 28 Days Later came out, and I was like, God, do I have to go through this again? Because I don't really like these movies. And
I love those movies.
I know you do. Yeah. Most everybody does. Yeah. But I want to make Dawn of the Dead. I want to make Return of the Living Dead. I want to make Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town. I want to make the zombie movies from when I was a kid that I loved and everybody hated before zombies were popular.
Right.
Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town, bar none, one of my favorite zombie movies of all time.
I gotta watch that.
God, it's awesome. Billy Bob Thornton's first movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, ever.
That's fun.
Trauma film.
I don't think I've ever seen
it. It's so good. Janine from Ghostbusters is in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's so good. There's motorcycles and zombies. Is it Ed Gale? Not Ed Gale. There's another little guy. I can't remember what little guy. This little guy. Is it Ed Gale?
Probably.
There's a little guy. I can't remember.
What it is.
But yeah, I love that movie. But I love Return of the Living Dead, and Return of the Living Dead 2, and Return of the Living Dead 3. What about
Day of the Dead?
I love Day of the Dead, but not as much anymore. It didn't age well for me.
Didn't age well.
It's the military stuff kind of bores me.
Well, and there's just there's
a lot of politics that don't. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I love Bub. I love Bub, and I love all the, I love elements of it. But when I was a kid, I loved Day of the Dead. But Dawn of the Dead in the mall is my all-time favorite Romero movie. I like Land of the Dead. That was awesome with Big Daddy and oh God, Land of the Dead's awesome. But how cool would these zombies be, Mike? Coming out with cowboy hats and dusters in the desert with wooden graves, like oh God.
Can we make a Cincinnati horror film, the Vegas Vic zombie?
Yes.
All right,
we need to make Vegas. Oh my God, that has to happen.
All right, that'll be amazing. That'll be
just cowboy zombies and so like Chris Arredondo wants to become a zombie, and so it's funny. I'm so excited about zombies. For years, I made so many zombie movies. I was like, I never want to make another zombie in my life.
Right.
But I made zombie movies for other people, and it was just paint on faces. It wasn't. This is to me. This is what I'm trying to do right here. I want this is the zombie movie I'm making.
I love it.
And not just some paint on the face and black around the eyes.
Right.
I did Silent Night, Zombies and Mass Destruction. I did all these zombie movies for like a good stretch. And I never got to do rotten corpse freaking zombies. George's Intervention. They didn't even want... I went on this movie, George's Intervention. It's about a guy. It's now called George, a Zombie Intervention. It was very Shaun of the Dead zombie humor. But when I got there... It's about this guy who's a zombie and he doesn't know it. And they have to have an intervention. It's a really well-written... J.T. Seaton wrote it. And Brad Hodson. And directed by J.T. And really fun, smart movie. I said, oh man, I can make George like this. And they're like, no, we're thinking just a little black around his eyes. Are you kidding me? Like, how funny is it if your zombie looks like this and doesn't know he's a zombie? There's some humor. Like, I want EC Comics, Tales from the Crypt, Tales from the Vault, or Vault of Horror. This is what I'm trying to do. So, you can write it with your imagination, and then we'll go through for a second draft to make it workable, make it work. You know what I mean?
My plan is to write it.
Really, it needs to tie back. It needs to tie back to Jason Wallace's actual yard haunt, which is what this is. This is an in memoriam of the Shadow Valley Cemetery here in Boulder City. That is a yard haunt that has now deceased. And to make it be remembered forever, we're going to make this movie. And then Jason Wallace, who's an actor in a lot of my movies, all of them, he will have this movie that immortalizes this effort he did for 16 years.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'll send you a video of the yard haunt.
Okay.
But it's that he was real bummed. He's not going to be able to do the haunt anymore here in town. And at first I was like, why don't you move it to the Monster Museum? You could do it in front where Christine is. And he's just, the wind's out of his sails, man. He can't do it, you know. And he had done it for 16 years and never saw it ending. But life situations happen, and it's ending. So I said,
was it always at his house? Is that where he was doing it?
It's in his front yard, yeah. And he builds it the morning of. He builds this event, and he takes it down at midnight.
Holy cow.
Every year, and I'm talking 120 animatronic zombies in his yard.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's huge. It's huge for a home haunt. It's not really a haunt, it's a display. But it's not up a day before. He doesn't put one light up a day before. He doesn't put an electrical cord out. He comes out, he builds it the morning of Halloween, sits there through trick-or-treating, takes it down. And that's what Shadow Valley Cemetery needs to be in the movie. Like, they're going to the cemetery to party. The party happens at dark. At midnight, it's gone. No trace. And the old caretaker...
At midnight or at sunup?
Whatever, sunup. Sunup's fine. The caretaker, who is Jason Wallace, is playing the character.
Oh, is it Jason Wallace?
Yes. So he's created it, and he's responsible for it disappearing. And then he'll do it again next year. That's kind of my...
Oh, that's a good...
my idea with the whole thing.
Also really cool.
Yeah, so this is a gift for Jason because he's been such a part of what we do, you know, and he's helped me. He's helped me so much, I'm just really excited to do something like this in return.
Oh, that's awesome.
Chris says he pretended to like 28 days later too. Day of the Dead, that dude is so darn angry in that movie.
Yeah, Day of the Dead. We did that. I think you were around. We did that. We did a screening.
Oh, you did a screening of it. I couldn't make it.
And I hadn't watched it in a very long time, and I kind of just forgot. You know, that's one of the nice things about getting older is I get to watch all these movies like for the first time. Yeah, but I remember moments, but I forget so much. And that one, I forgot like how kind of over the top all of the, like even some of the political stuff, but that base of like just how big of scumbags everybody was and how terrible they all were.
I have been doing a new show called Tales from the Vault with Nightmare Christie, and we show it on Saturdays. But we've been watching movies from my past to review, and I haven't watched these movies in a very long time, and I have such a weirdly different opinion than I used to. And for instance, we just did one called Low, which is what this character is back here.
Oh, cool.
And it's a movie I'm real proud of. I think I told you should watch it. But back in the day, I took so much pride in that movie. I mean, I had ownership. I felt like if you didn't like that movie, you didn't like me. You know what I mean? But now I'm the creator of Teddy Told Me To, Las Vegas Frankenstein, Nameless. These are my babies.
Right.
Lowe's like a nephew I used to babysit.
Right.
You know. And she didn't love Lowe. She really didn't like it, and like vastly didn't like it. And in the past, that might have bothered me.
Friendship ender.
Not a friendship ender, but I would have took offense. I would have felt like, well, you don't understand. But now I'm like, that's awesome. Like, I love that you... And then I watched it again, and I found all the fuzzies that I used to have. But I also realize now, that was never my movie. That's Travis Betts's movie. And I just kind of babysat it like a nephew.
Yeah.
Now I have my own children that I'm real proud of.
Yeah.
And I would push on before any other movie.
Well, that's cool.
But it was cool to be a part of that movie.
Someone's asking how the V-Day hunt went.
The Valentine's, My Blood was a total success. People loved it. There's a full video on on the Monster Museum network, a walkthrough, so you can see it for yourself if you missed it.
I love that you do that stuff, man. I like some people are so precious about.
Oh yeah.
They're afraid to show it because then people.
You know why? Because they're afraid that someone's not gonna like it.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I don't care.
That's what today's episode's been all about. Tom doesn't give a fuck. That's what we're.
I do give a fuck.
I
I give a fuck. I want to entertain everybody, but you can't please everybody.
You can't, and it's very freeing to be able to be okay with that.
Yeah, I agree.
I think I'm getting pretty close here.
Awesome.
So, one question I did want to ask, and I just remembered I forgot, was this is the way that I was planning on having this is it's just going to be a pole. Like,
be on a hood.
Yeah, so it's going to be.
Well, so, I would recommend giving a hard edge around it.
Okay.
Just to clean it up.
Okay.
Because you're never going to see that edge. You're not trying to blend that edge.
Right. No, it'll always be a hood over it.
Yeah.
But then I was also wondering, for the the chest, I don't even know. I should look at the thing that I have. I guess it doesn't have to ever get exposed. But I was thinking about that part of it. Is like for the chest part, should I have come down? Would it have made it harder?
No,
easier?
it wouldn't move as much. It wouldn't be as
better.
wearable. Like I'm not sculpting a neck on this, so this guy's got full movement.
Okay, good. That's exactly what I want. And then the other thing I was looking online at some of the the people that make the making self the what's it called? Silicone. Yeah. Like the gloves.
Yeah.
I was looking at some of those, but they look so like I got fat fingers. I got thick hands, so it's like I'm afraid to because I wanted to just have that too, so that I had.
I think that you would be better off making some latex gloves.
Okay.
Like just narrow fingers, even if you mounted them into like some cutoff gloves.
That's what I was trying to mess with. Is like some cut gloves.
Yeah, just some fingers.
Okay.
How are we doing in the comments, Kayla? What are they talking about?
It's pretty quiet.
Be quiet in the comments. No, I am very excited about this zombie flick. I don't know how I'm gonna pull it off financially yet, like to pay for it.
Would you be willing to do a crowdfunding campaign? Just think about that. Like, just for anyone that's listening, Tom's got some reservations about crowdfunding, which I understand completely. I like crowdfunding because I think that if you're actually going to make something and give it to the people, then you're letting them kind of be part of it. But with what we're doing, if we did that, they can watch you make this stuff, be part of the journey as it's being done. We can talk about it every week, and then we're not overly,
Would you run the crowdfunding campaign?
Absolutely.
And do you feel confident that we could raise? I don't want to talk numbers yet because I just don't know what to say. I don't know how to use crowdfunding.
I think that with our combined effort,
do we have to over ask and then land where we land, or do we be honest with how little I spend on movies? I don't know what.
I think that the best thing would say is that we would come together and I have to X amount of dollars to make this movie.
I know that number.
And so when we have that, then I would, then we'd figure out what we're asking for. But I would also just bake the fact that it's like, okay, well, we got 20% of the budget from our crowdfunding. Like, because I want to do a crowdfunding campaign to learn more about crowdfunding.
Well, this would be you know why this would be an ideal project for me to get my toes wet? Because Jason Wallace, who this movie is gifted for, and who is a fan, is a tremendous actor, and he's going to be a major part of the crew. He is in deep with crowdfunding.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he is a contributor, and I hate to say it in a derogatory way. It's not. He's the one that's changed my mind about it, but he is a pay to play actor in almost every horror film that is asking. But he doesn't do it. He does it for the what I consider the right reasons. He gets himself on set. He makes himself useful as a crew member.
Yeah.
He gets asked back on every film. He's using it as a tool. He loves to support the cause. Like he's come to every screening of every movie I've ever done, and that screening's on me, and he buys tickets anyway.
Yeah.
He insists on. He's not like a wealthy, loaded human. He just wants to be a part and support this art that he's been a fan of his whole life. And between you and him, you've kind of got my mind changed on.
I think.
But I caught myself yesterday. Somebody was talking about funding a movie, helping me find some money for a movie, and I said, "Well, you're not going to crowdfund, right? I don't do that."
Right.
So, but I used to tell you that about AI. Like I can be changed. I can admit maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I didn't do this right. But if there was a movie to crowdfund, and I'm coming up with all this right now, as
I didn't think about it until I just.
This would be it. Not only for the Jason Wallace connection, because I know that like. So my point with that is he knows other crowdfunders that would want to be part of it.
Right.
But man, do I stand on a soapbox and talk about how you shouldn't pay to be in a movie. But I'm going to say...
Well, explain that a little bit, just for people that are listening. Like, why do you... When you say pay... Because I don't think some people don't even know that exists.
So there is a crowdfunding movement that happened. And it's I am not anti-crowdfunding to the point that I'm saying that it's like not the way, or you can't do that, or it's unprofessional. I work on crowdfunded movies. I work for the Mahals. I love my time with the Mahal brothers while it lasted.
Yeah.
And they're the masters of crowdfunding. And if somebody hired me to work on a crowdfunded movie, I would if it was the right project and the right people.
Right.
But the problem I have is a lot of those crowdfunding people, this is a system where you ask the fans to help pitch in to pay for the project.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel like I'm asking the fans for help achieving my dream. This is where my independent nature comes in. And when I read the, Rebel Without a Crew, or Make Your Own Damn Movie, or I listened to Sam Raimi's book, The Evil Dead Companion, I was taught, you find an investor. You find a family friend. I know where you're going to go. You're going to be like, that's how you find your investor. I don't know, man. The pay-to-play thing, to me, always feels like begging. Like, help me achieve my dream of this zombie movie. Help me. Help me. And I just want to make the movie and gift it to the fans and say, I made this for you. I made this for you. I made this for us as a community so you can love it and want to cherish it and be part of it with the fandom. I don't want the fans to become the filmmakers. I don't want them to see behind the green curtain and lose the magic. I don't watch.
You're a filmmaker.
I don't watch a movie the same way. Do you wish you could get back that scary feeling when you watched Child's Play for the first time because you thought it was real? You know what I mean? Trying to preserve that somehow. And I feel like when you include everybody in the bureaucracy and the troubles of making a film, not in my world, we don't have troubles. We have so much fun. And I'm serious. Like, our films are so fun. But the reason this would be the right project to maybe experiment. A, I'm working with you and you're helping me write this script. B, it's for Jason Wallace, who is pro crowdfunding. He is not against it like me. C, it's a zombie movie and we need zombies. You want to pay to be a zombie? Sure. You want to pay to get killed by a zombie? Sure. My inner Tom Devlin, my independent filmmaker head, my brain says, we should be paying you to put that blood all over you. We should be paying you to glue that thing on your face. But there are these misogynistic, and I don't know if that's the right word, there is these self-torturing humans that love to be in this glue and this blood. I did my Bloody Valentine haunt. You could see the floor, how bloody this room was. And these guys and girls were lining up, like, bloody me up. And I'm like, God, this is my nightmare. I will not put that blood on my face for less than $100 a day.
Right.
It's not happening. But to get them to pay $100 a day, it sounds backwards to me.
Well,
it sounds backwards.
Well, here's the other thing, too, though, is that the crowdfunding can be... There's elements that you don't like that we just don't have to utilize. So, like, even if you didn't want to do the pay-to-play, then we
The
can
thing
not
is,
do
it
that
works.
as well.
It works with zombies and victims,
Sure.
but not victims that have. Okay, this is where I'm going to hurt feelings that I don't want to. It doesn't work for the victims because the victims have to be our cast members.
Right.
It can work for a victim in a flashback. It can work for a victim in a flashback that doesn't have to know dialogue and portray and hit their mark. I can't have. The difference is Jason Wallace. I just talked about him. Jason is a pay-to-play actor sometimes. He's in all my movies and has never paid me a dime to be in said movie.
Right.
He's an amazing actor. That guy his dialogue flows out of his brain. He wrote stuff for me that he then performed. He hits his mark. He takes direction. He takes notes. He learned a French accent to play Jacques in Bloody Bluff. This guy can act. I would let him because I know I'm not let him. I insist upon it. But you get somebody who's never been in a movie that wants to star in a film and they're going to pay and they don't know how to act and they've never been trained and they never have any experience to learn. I can't hire that person to carry my film.
No, and I would never.
I can't hire that person to be a bona fide extra that's going to make me look dumb, like a bad filmmaker.
Right.
And it's not their fault. Acting is an art. You, sir, are a fantastic actor.
Thank you.
And if somebody else was in your role that couldn't act in Monster Among Men, that movie tanks.
Right.
So I need an actor that understands how to act. That doesn't mean they have to have a ton of experience. Ashley Ballou came into the After Dark with no experience.
Yeah.
Killed it. They just have to audition. They can't just audition with their wallet. They have to audition with their self.
But I think that's what is cool about it is that like you don't have to like you said, they can be victims.
They could be
certain types of.
They could be zombies.
Background zombies. There are roles because I would never do personally. For me, I do want to crowdfund projects, and that's why I want to learn a little bit more about it because I feel like if I can fold it into our business of what we're doing, the thing I love about it is the marketing side of it. Because all the movies that you made, now they're done, and now you're saying to your fans, guys, look, like buy this movie, watch this movie, rent this movie, whatever you're saying, trying to get them to do. It's fun for people to follow along the process. And so to be able to buy the DVD to help fund the movie or the Blu-ray, I think that's really cool. To buy like getting them on board. I, as a fan, have done it and would do it. And the only reason I don't do it as often as I would is because I was burned more times than where the thing just never got baked.
I did a crowdfunding one. I've done a couple where I've donated because they're filmmakers that either I respect them, even some I don't. Can you hand me that brush?
This one?
Yeah. And then I've donated money to movies that never got made.
Yeah.
And that really hurt I donated money to a movie, and my donation got me a handshake and a signed poster. There's some perks or whatever.
Yeah.
And I've seen that guy 100 times, and he never shook my hand. And I won't say it. I won't be like, hey, where's my handshake?
Right.
A, the movie never got made. B, so there's no poster. But I never got my handshake.
But that's right.
I don't even like to touch people. I just want what I paid for.
You just at least want to get the handshake. I just think that's the cool part about it, though. Is like you're talking about Jason, and I don't know all of the, but it's like Jason loves this stuff. Not everybody can find their way.
He loves it, and this is how he found a way into it.
Yeah, and that's all
that
exists.
He has a real career. The dude's he's a scientist.
I know. I talked to him at the Days of the Dead. It's the first time I really got a chance to chat with him a little bit. But he was telling me
he's such a cool dude.
He's a really
and genuine and actually helpful. Like when I'll tell you, he's never paid to play for me. But when I needed a van for Laughter Face because we had to do pickup shots and we didn't have a van that ran, he and some other guys threw some money together because I found a deal. We bought that van, shot the movie. I paid him back immediately. I did not keep it's I want to contribute. I want to, and you can contribute, but I'm not taking it from you. You know what I mean? He's helped me when I needed help, and that's why I'm making him this movie. This movie is a gift for Jason. It's to help him get through a hard time, and it is to help him.
Still going?
Yeah, we're going.
Wow.
My wife just got here, guys. We're talking about Return to Shadow Valley.
Like, wrap it up.
I don't know.
Look,
What camera?
There's cameras.
There's cameras everywhere. So I made this. This is the first Shadow Valley.
That zombie, man.
First Shadow Valley zombie right here.
I love him.
Awesome.
He's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Fast too.
that's what Tom does. Speed sculpting. I'm gonna go on America's Got Talent for speed sculpting.
You should.
I'm gonna get this down to 2.5 minutes. I'm serious. I'm training.
How long did that take you? Probably you took about because we're bullshitting, but like you think you could do one of those in 10 minutes?
I'm gonna get there. Yeah. Remember when I did the half pumpkin, half burlap sack for Fright Zone? It was called Pumpkin Jack or Scarecrow Jack.
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow Jack. I sculpted in 5 minutes. Boom, done.
Wow.
That's when I was starting the speed sculpting thing. But I want to do a full head now. I don't want to just do yeah.
I love that. That's amazing.
But anyway, to answer your question, for the first time in my life, I'm open
All right.
to possibly crowdfunding
We're
this.
gonna
And
talk about that.
I would like to talk more about it. And tell me this, is there enough time? I was talking to Lola yesterday. I really want to shoot this movie in like August or June or August. Is there enough time to do something like that by then? I just need to build a graveyard and a shack. The shack.
To do the crowdfunding?
Yeah.
Because again, I would say, we'll talk about it, but it's like the idea that I have right now in my head is that it'll be minimal perk. We won't overdo it so that it's easy that we can get that out and it doesn't kill the process of making the movie, but also stuff that people can, when we're doing these every week, we can chat about it. The link will be there. We're not hard selling anybody, but anyone that wants to.
That's the thing. I just never want to have to be the guy that's like, I mean, I do it for the Monster Museum. I say, vote for us for Best of Vegas. Vote for us. Vote for us. And my band was trying to get on Warped Tour last year.
Oh, nice.
And every single day, vote for us to be on Warped Tour. Vote for us. Vote for us.
Right.
And nobody else in the band would fucking post it. And I just felt like I really wanted to play the Warped Tour.
Right.
And I'm not good at losing, and we lost. We didn't win this thing. And but I was so bummed out that I had to like e-beg, and then it didn't even happen. I was like, God, this is so humiliating. But I don't know. It would be cool because I can make every zombie on this live podcast or whatever this is, live stream for the movie, so people could join us. But they don't have to pay to see that. I guess I could do one. I don't think anybody wants to pay to watch it. I don't know what they would want to pay to see or do.
Oh, we'll figure that out along the way. And if there's, but there's so much fun stuff we could do that, none of it. It's just all, people deciding if they want to give to. We'll figure out what your budget is going to be, and then figure out how you're going to get that. But then I think because I think even what could be fun too is that we bake in, if it does start doing really well, that you could have sort of like easy to adjust to, like tiers. Like maybe there's someone else we can bring.
Well, I have a celebrity that I talked to yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Noel G? He was Hector in Fast and the Furious.
Oh, okay. No, I know.
Really cool dude. And I told him I have something in mind for him. I didn't tell him I'm ready to go. I said, hey, buddy, I'm working on something right now. I've got it in mind. This guy's he doesn't work for free. He's a big actor, a Hollywood guy, but he's a nice guy. And I have access to this badass car. It's called, I don't want to reveal it. It's a badass, one-of-a-kind car. And how cool to have, this is just how, like when I wanted Daniel Roebuck in Las Vegas Frankenstein, because Grandpa Munster's in a Frankenstein movie.
Right.
How cool to have a Fast and the Furious guy driving this bad car. Like,
Right.
I mean, something nobody else will ever have in a movie. It is a
Right, yeah.
one-of-a-kind, badass, factory custom car. It's not something you just get. So I say nobody will have it in a movie. After this, everybody else is going to go to the same. It's the same thing. They'll all go to this guy and be like, hey, can I put your car in? I saw you did this with Devlin. What are you doing? I shot a movie at Vinny's Pizzeria. It's like every movie in the planet's got to shoot at Vinny's now. They just shot something there with John Lovitz. And I was like,
really?
Yeah, because it was some people involved with the Mahal movies, and they know I shoot there. I mean, everybody's got to shoot at Vinny's now. And I'm like, did I start something? But anyway,
I bet I could
to
even.
put Hector from Fast and the Furious in this badass car in my horror movie, he didn't even. I had 1 day with him. I just need 1 day, but that's not cheap, you know.
I could probably get TJ to come out and be a zombie or be.
Oh,
part of it.
TJ would be cool.
He wants me to. I mean, we've been taught a lot. And he's been.
He would. Can he? He can act. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he would be a great guy to be part of the bachelor party club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what I want. Like the high school friends for your group. You know, there's your group. There's several different groups. Of course, we're all in our 30s or 40s.
Yeah.
But that's part of the charm. Like, it's like old school going to a Halloween party.
Right,
We're gonna live it. We're gonna do this again, and we're gonna get our asses killed.
There was like a time back in the. I don't know how if this would even be possible anymore, but with TJ, with all his extreme athlete friends, you know, I talked about it then. I was like, man, you know, like it'd be cool to make a horror movie with just a bunch of extreme athletes. You know,
Oh my
like,
God, you're speaking my whole life.
It sounds like.
Dude, you get Terry J. Hawkinson to step in and Travis Pastrana, or Brian Deegan. Oh my God, that would be so cool.
Yeah, there's definitely. It would be one of those things where it'd be like the right formula of, you know, that gets them excited, but it's easy for them to do, and you know,
Extreme fear.
Yeah.
It's like a reality show that they have to go. It's like Fear Factor, but it's real.
Right.
It's like Saw, but it's Fear Factor.
Yeah.
Extreme fear. I think we're coming up with another. No, I'm very excited about this.
I am too.
The Return to Shadow Valley and Shadow Valley or Shady Valley. I always mess it up. I think it's Shadow Valley.
I think it was Shadow Valley. I think I'm sorry.
Could be Shady Valley. I have to relook at it. Always this is.
But see, I think some of that stuff is some of the fun stuff that we can do too. Is like letting the audience members help us pick some character names.
Yeah.
Or, you know, fun little things that it's just like it's fun to be part of. And like when you're talking about like, you know, the scariness of child's play and stuff that we could experience, it's like that's cool. But like we would have also given anything to had some
To be part of it.
to be part of it, to answer a poll about like.
I guess that's part of that comes from my trauma roots though. Like in trauma, everybody came and was a part of it.
Yeah.
It was all volunteer work and it was all free for the most part. And when I was like Lloyd Kaufman to this day won't charge graph. You know, he doesn't make people pay to do it. And I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure there's going to be a day here that they charge for.
It's funny you said that because I can't remember if I did pay for Lloyd's. I feel like I did, but I might. It might have just been I had to buy because I bought like a.
Charlie Band, on the other hand, will always charge you for stuff.
I bought a Toxic Avenger poster that he signed.
Of the new one?
Oh, this was like what was they did a screening here in town.
Oh yeah.
What was it? Return to Newcomb High.
Return to Newcomb High.
That's right. Were you there?
I was there. Yeah.
It was a long time ago. It was before we knew
We
each
didn't know each other.
Yeah.
There was had some people there that day that I still know.
Yeah, it was a pretty. Him and his wife were there.
Pat. Yeah. She's amazing.
And I got a Toxic Avenger action figure signed by him too.
That's cool. Yeah, he was selling some posters and stuff there, but he
Yeah.
won't sell his autograph.
Yeah. I didn't. I forgot about that. Okay, so if I think that I'm near done here, what would you say that
I think you're good. I think we're gonna call it done.
Okay.
We'll finish it up. We won't mold yours on camera. We'll mold it off camera.
Okay.
It's gonna be too messy, and we want to do it right so you can have it.
The only other thing you said is just make a hard line on the back there.
Yeah, I would just cut it. Yeah, just because there's
Like-
no need to have that. Just about a 1/4 inch in,
Cool.
just to pretty it up a little.
Oh,
Also with silicone, that'll give us a pore hole
oh,
if we do our mold correctly.
with clear coat or what's it?
No clear coat on that. Well, Kayla, anything else anybody saying before we go?
Before we say goodbye.
That's about it.
All right.
Well, there's another fun session.
Yeah.
By the time we come back, we'll have some more ideas about maybe crowdfunding campaign.
Yeah.
I am excited to do it. So this is the perfect, because the thing about the crowdfunding campaign that's hard is just is that you have to, like, keep people aware of it. There has to, that's
what I
been
need
struggling
somebody else
with.
to do, because I'm not going to sit here and talk about it online. I mean, I'll
Yeah.
sit here and talk to you about it, but I'm
Yeah.
not going to.
I'm the
If
same
you
way.
say, Tom, I need you to post this. Tom, I need you to ask, do a video. Well, you and Justin have done it before. We're going live. Can you make a video? And I send a video or whatever. I'm there as a tool. I just will have such a hard time bringing myself to say, hey guys, if you haven't donated, let's go ahead and donate. And I'll just be like, fuck that, I'll make this movie on my own. You don't want to donate? Whatever.
And I think that's how we'll approach it, is just like, well, it'll be extra money.
Yeah.
And then if it works the way that we think it will, it'll be the budget. But it's everything that I've talked to people that do crowdfunding is like, it's just a matter of getting it seen over and over.
Yeah.
They have all these little tricks that they do, and I couldn't. When I kind of hired this one guy to use.
I quoted him earlier. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah.
That real filmmakers to be working. I guess I really have some real filmmakers that I should be talking. I don't need to waste my time with
Yeah, I forgot about that. I mean, it's funny when you said that. I was trying to think who it was, and
You're
I
like,
don't know
what
why I
is that?
didn't pick up on it perfectly.
Yeah.
But some of the tricks that they use is like, it's not my thing. It's just
This is the first zombie sculpted for Shadow Valley or Shady Valley. I forget the name of them. I think it's Shadow Valley.
I think it was Shadow Valley.
Yeah, Shadow Valley. Return to Shadow Valley is what I'm going to call this movie.
I love it.
It is. This is. We're going to have a biker gang. We're going to have some partiers. We're going to have some cool vans. There's one van's that's not so cool. It's going to blow up.
When you say blow up, are you?
I'm going to explode it with fire.
You're really going to explode it with fire.
I hope it flies 30 feet in the air.
Jesus Christ.
I made an agreement with somebody.
Okay.
I promised them that I would blow their van up.
But do you have like people that know how to do that?
I can blow a van up. I got 25 acres in Pahrump that says I can.
Well, hopefully we'll raise enough money on the crowdfunding campaign that we can have someone that also can tell us if we're doing it right. That's what we're really raising money for, is the safe explosion of a van.
I don't know if it'll be safe. I don't know that anybody else will be there except for me and my camera, because I'm not willing to risk other people's lives. But a long lens.
Okay.
It's going to take a long lens, and I got about 200 feet of fuse. You should be okay.
What would you use to blow it up?
The gas in the gas tank.
We'll see you guys next week.
Your sculpture looks great, and then
Who said that?
Mason,
Oh, awesome.
and then Howdy from Australia, looking good, maybe.
Awesome.